Let's get it going here for the T20 World Cup, and we are live. Hey guys, how you going? So today on BKRsport, we are live as India will be playing host to the Americans, the USA, at, where is this actually at? Wankhede Stadium. I think this is in Mumbai. For their opening game of the T20 World Cup. We have seen two games already today, which was the West Indies getting a win over the Scottish, who did provide a bit of a fight there. The West Indies won by 35 runs, but the Scottish were coming back at one stage and they weren't looking awful. And that's been kind of the tail of the tape today with the two teams that are expected to get absolutely whooped in Scotland and Netherlands. Both teams at least showed a fight, but the team that really showed the fight was the Netherlands. They did lose that game by 3 wickets with 3 balls left to Pakistan, but it was a very, very close game. The Netherlands weren't nearly able to get over the line and get that big shock to start off the T20 World Cup, but there was a dropped catch very late on. That probably was the killer and the crucial blow to their chances of winning that game. So we've had no surprises today in regards to the results, but also very happy to see the competitiveness of the games against these big time teams of Pakistan and West Indies, against these minnows of Scotland and Netherlands, but at least they were giving it a crack, and hopefully we see the same out of the USA today, who, look, for all that it's worth, they actually have scored quite a few runs in their warm-up matches to the USA. They lost by 7 runs to the Kiwis. 208 for 7 is what the Kiwis had, and the USA had 201 for 8. So they didn't get them all out, the Kiwis there. It was just a warm-up match, but still, you know, it was there. And then when they played India A, they did get done by 38 runs to India A, which should tell you a lot. But the USA did score 200 runs. They did get 200, which is a nice little score for them. They got 200 in both their games. So obviously their bowling just isn't good enough. But their batting, they can have a little bit of a whack around, man. So, you know, you'd be pretty happy with that if you are the Americans. But also you wouldn't be going in with any expectations that you're going to be winning this game. You just want to see some fight against the tournament hosts in India, but also the tournament favourites to go and win this T20 World Cup. Tomorrow, guys, we will be live as New Zealand take on Afghanistan, England take on Nepal, and Sri Lanka play the Irish. And yeah, look, hopefully this is a great World Cup, man. Let's go through the two team lineups here for these teams. Now, India, Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan will be opening up with Tilak Varma next. Suryakama Yadav, who is the captain. Then Rinku Singh, Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey, Aksa Patel, Varun Chakravarthi, Ashdeep Singh, and Mohammad Siraj, with the Americans being Andre Gauss, Saiteja Mukamala, Monank Patel, who is the captain and wicketkeeper, Shubhan Ranjane, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, Milind Kumar, Hamid Singh, Ali Khan, Saurabh Netravalkar, Mohammad Mohsin, and Shadley Van Skalkwik. I have not heard of any of these names, unfortunately. I have not heard of them, but hopefully we know of them well after tonight. Hopefully they do, you know, really put on a show and have a solid old crack here to make this at least competitive. Now, the United States have at the very least won the toss. They've won something in this tournament already. They have won the toss and have elected to bowl, which means that, look, I think they back in their batting quite well. I do. I think that even though they know they're not going to be winning this game, well, they shouldn't be winning this game, that they are seriously backing in their batting coming to this tournament, because if you look at those warm-up games, it just isn't great in regards to the bowling, but it is great in regards to the batting. If you go back to their previous T20 games outside of those warm-ups, you have to go back past an ODI league where they were taking on teams like Oman and Canada and whatnot. You go back to April the 28th of last year where they played Canada, who are also in the World Cup. USA won by 6 wickets with 5 balls left. They got 169 for 4 through 19.1. And then we go to a game against Bermuda. That was a final, so USA won that North American Cup final. They beat Bermuda by 10 wickets with 36 balls left, 115 for nothing there. Just chasing down a measly 114. But you look at another game where they beat the Bahamas by 149 runs in a T20. That is absolutely unheard of. They beat the Cayman Islands by 79 runs. They won by 10 wickets as well, again, over Bermuda. With 86 balls left, they were only chasing 70, and they got 71 through the first 5.4 overs. So they're able to do away with these minnow teams. USA is still obviously a minnow team, and this is the trial by fire, and I mean it. Like, this is an absolute trial by damn well fire for this team, because not only this, they then take on Pakistan in the next game, and Look, they might actually fancy themselves a little bit in that one. If you go back to a T20 series, they played Oman in 3 games, where the USA won by 7 wickets, won by 4 wickets, and won by 8 wickets. So at least they're no complete pushovers. You know, they give it a crack against these minnow nations. They're actually probably one of the better minnow nations if you look across it. You go back even further than that, they played Nepal in the 3-game series, but Nepal did beat them by 17 runs, then won in the super over with 2 balls left, and then won by 8 wickets with 8 balls left in Nepal. So they got done pretty cheaply there. Is there any games against some big-time teams that they've played recently? In a one-off tournament, they beat Namibia by 6 wickets. Against the UAE, they lost by 6 runs to the UAE. Beat Namibia by 13 runs and beat the UAE by 15 runs there. Also beat the UAE. Wow, that's an ODI. I was going to say 339 runs in a T20. That's ridiculous, but no, it was an ODI. I can't see the last time they've actually played against a really big bopper team. I can't see when their last game... Oh, okay, against the West Indies. No, against England in the T20 World Cup back in June 23, June 23rd in 2024, where they played England, and England won by 10 wickets with 62 balls left. So it does show you a lot there. And also they played the West Indies, and the West Indies won by 9 wickets with 55 balls. However, in that last World Cup, USA did get a surprise victory over Pakistan in the Super Over with a win by 5 runs there. So, again, this USA team is not expected to do anything. Not expected to do absolutely nothing. But those teams are the scary ones, and hopefully we can see them pull up a shout here against India, who are coming in off spectacular form in this World Cup, where they absolutely punched New Zealand in the mouth. I'm just going to quickly go back and get this India T20 cricket form. They punched New Zealand in the mouth 4-1 in that series. Again, they are the favourites for this. They won the first game by 48 runs. They won the second game by 2nd wickets with 28 balls left. They won the third game by 8 wickets with 60 balls left. They chased 155 down in just with 60 balls remaining, so in half the time. They lost to New Zealand in the third game by 50 runs, which was quite crazy, but then they went and won and got their own back with winning by 46 runs. Then they had a World Cup warm-up match against South Africa, and won by 30 runs, and now they are here to play against India, and then they're meant to play Namibia after this. So this is just, wow, they play against USA. This is just an easy start here for the Indians, is what they would be expecting. But it's not usually here that we worry about. We usually worry about the next stages when it starts to get down to the crunch bit in the semi-final and the final with India, because they have been known to slip at the big time. They have been known to slip, but they shouldn't be slipping in this tournament. They are the clear favourites. Absolutely. So, guys, obviously hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. I know a late start for you guys there in Australia right now. It's actually a pretty good time slot for me here. It's 8:23 p.m. here in Vietnam, but we'll finish it. We'll finish it about 12 a.m. my time, but for you guys in Australia, we'll finish at like 4 a.m. or something like that. So, unfortunately, these games aren't exactly on at a good time slot for you. But at least tomorrow with New Zealand versus Afghanistan, that's at 12:30 my time. So it'll be on at 4:30 p.m. your time, which will be great. But all right, guys, let's get this chat. Let's fire it up, and hopefully we get a good game going on here. Lagan says, USA for the upset. Dude, I'd love it. I would absolutely love it. We want to see an upset. We're going to see an upset at some stage. Netherlands gave us hope, and if USA did it, India would just flip. Dude, the amount of criticism they would receive is actually monumental. I don't know of any sporting team worldwide will have, no, maybe Brazil in 2014 in their FIFA World Cup, but out of any sport worldwide, this would be one of the most, this tournament, if they don't win the tournament, and that's the thing, if they don't win this tournament, they will get crucified in the media and by their fans, because they are such heavy favourites for this tournament, especially being at home in India. Davo says, India are going to put a cricket score on them, Blaze. You would expect so, Davo. You would expect it. It should be, now that USA have chosen to bowl first, they should win by dead set, like 150 runs, 200 runs kind of deal. With America's bowling, I would not be surprised, because India don't care. They will slap you. They will punch you in the mouth over and over and over again. They want to really assert dominance. So India could easily go and score 300 here today. I would not be out of this world crazily surprised. I would not be surprised if they put 300 past them. But with that being said, they also may take them too lightly. which is something they absolutely could do. They will win this game, and it will be by a lot. It will come down to if they take them too lightly or not. Davida Saprila says India 300 run target. Yes, Zimbabwe again failed. Zimbabwe. Night Eye says, hey, how does the USA have 18% of that poll? I think it's just people. You got to remember with that poll, bro. With people voting, it is more about what people want or if they support a team. So you're gonna find with the polls, they're not necessarily reflective of who people genuinely believe will win. It more so is about their support of that team, if you know what I mean. So you're going to see a lot of Aussies. You're going to see a lot of people just in general voting against the heavy favourite there of the Indians. And you see that with NRL. You see that with all the sports that we do. It's not necessarily a actual legitimate vote. It is a popularity vote. Yep, they're chasing 300 plus. The 18% that voted for USA have been drinking the Bond water. No, I would have voted for it just for a bit of a laugh. And that's another thing. People would have done that just for a laugh. Everyone knows the result here, dude. Everyone does. On a quick unrelated note, Cade Reed showed glimpses of Jamie Soward. Oh my gosh, this circle jerking of Cade Reed has gotten too far, eh? It's just gone ridiculous. It just has. It's just gone absolutely damn well ridiculous, hasn't it? It just has, but it was an awful game from both those teams. It was an awful game, but at the very least, he did have some good moments in that game. Can't kick for the life of him, though, for the conversions. So we are just singing the national anthem here of India. Marriott Bonvoy would have paid a fortune to be those front of shirt sponsors there. Oh my gosh, they would have paid an absolute fortune to the BCCI and the ICC for that. Wow, But what do you think, considering India are batting first, what do you think is a genuine total chance here? And also for the Australians, are you going to stay up and watch this entire game? So Australia's first game isn't until, I think, Wednesday is when we play. So our first game is, it's on Wednesday against the Irish on the 4:30 PM time slot for me. So it'll be 8:30 PM for you guys in New South Wales. It's a good time slot, actually. That'll be a good time slot. We'll finish around midnight, but with that being said, we will be live for it. But no, that's a great time slot there. Good day, that. South Africa versus Afghanistan, Australia versus Ireland, and then England versus the West Indies. That's going to be a big day here. I'm going to love that one for sure. New Zealand actually played 2 games before the Australians even play one. Do India? No, India only play this game before Australia gets one. New Zealand will play their game against Afghanistan and the UAE before we see Australia. USA would have played 2 games. Pakistan would have played 2 games. Yeah, so Group A is getting a couple of games here before Australia even see the field. I'd love to see the West Indies try and get up over there over England. But I don't think so. English do look pretty strong. Lagan says, we'll genuinely end up dozing off, but I'll go 292. 292, I'm going to back him in for 300. I'm going to back him in for 300. That will be mental. I actually want to see what the highest ever T20 scores are international. Anam says, hello, mate. Is it legit India versus overseas India citizens today? Yes. Yes, it is. Opening ceremony awaits. Previously, Zimbabwe held the record with 344 for 4 against Gambia in a group game at the T20 World Cup Sub-Regional Africa Qualifier in 2024 in Nairobi, Kenya. It is still the highest scoring T20 internationals. Do you understand how many sixes they must be hitting to get 344? That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. The Baroda men's team hold the record for the highest score in T20 cricket, which was 349 for 5 against Sikkim in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy in 2024. Okay, so yeah, Baroda, Zimbabwe. Nepal against Mongolia was 314 for 3 in September 27, 2023. England against South Africa. England got 304 for 2 last year in September. Wow, that's huge. India against Bangladesh was 297 for 6 in October 12, 2024. India A against the UAE last year got 297 for 4. Crazy stuff. All right, so India are walking out onto the field here, guys. They're walking out of the field. Shauna says, back for some cricket, and my daughter's told me I look too old and I'm covering over the grey hair. I hope I don't look stupid. No, you keep on firing, son. You're never too old. It's all about how old you are in here and how old you are in here, not about how old you are there. Netherlands almost defeated Pakistan today. Crazy stuff, I know. That would have been absolutely mental. That would have been a mental start. But Pakistan are now 1 for 1 in the tourney. You've got to remember they're not playing against India, so they need to win all of their games, which they should. They just got to hope there's no rain impact, and it was good to see there wasn't a rain-impacted game today in Sri Lanka. We actually got a comment from someone saying that there's not going to be many rain-impacted games, and I hope they're right. I really do. I hope they're right. But we've already had a couple of World Cup warm-up matches that were called off. Obviously, Australia versus Netherlands being one of them. And it was meant to rain today, but it didn't impact it, which was good. But so far, we're pretty spot on with the predictions. I don't think anybody could really be wrong with the predictions. Lagan says, to be fair, that was against Gambia. The most impressive one is England 3-4 against South Africa. Absolutely, that's the most impressive one. That is really impressive, and that was just last year. Even most of these, actually all these results of 2025, 2024, outside of England, South Africa, India, Bangladesh is pretty good. India, South Africa, 283 for 1 back in 2024. Australia's not on this list, lads. Malaysia, 268 for 4 against Thailand. That's quite funny. In India, rain is mostly after April to September periods, so rain is unlikely. Yes, but we saw Sri Lanka have a couple of washed out games, and we saw in that England versus Sri Lanka series in the T20 series just beforehand that we saw some problems. But Saurabh Netravalka will be the first bowler here for the Americans. First bowler for the Americans. But look, guys, you've got to always imagine that you're going to see a lot of Indians and the likes play for these minnow nations, because cricket is not a big sport in America, just like cricket is not a big sport in a lot of the world outside of the subcontinent. And even in Asia, like it's not even massive in places like Vietnam or Thailand or Malaysia or China, Japan. No one cares about it, right? So it's just this subcontinent that is so popular. So that's why you will see America and Ireland and all these places have a large portion, maybe not necessarily Ireland, but, you know, India, not India, America, Canada, UAE, all these places will have a strong contingent of Indians. Or Indian descent, is what I should say. But Netravalka, just waiting for him to take this first bowl here. Obviously, it is sold out here in Mumbai as India look to get off to a extremely positive start. I would not be surprised if this game actually does end early tonight, because with India's bowling, you should expect an absolute slap up. By the way, why is Bumrah not here? For the Indians out there, why is Bumrah not here? Is he injured? Kishan will be opening. He will be the first one. Now it's time to see them launch it in this first 6 overs. They dead set should be at like 100 after 6 overs. First bowl, and it will... Good fielding from the US. Good fielding. Oh, Bumrah is injured, I think so. Okay. That'll be a dot ball. Wow. Well, off to a great start, the Americans. Jasprit Bumrah. Why is Jasprit Bumrah not playing for India versus USA? Yeah. Yeah, Mohammad Siraj is playing in place of Bumrah. India are missing the services of Bumrah in their first Group A match. Ahead of the match report said that Bumrah was down with fever. Okay, so it's just a fever. He's not injured, it's just a fever. And Jay says, yes, Delhi Belly. Don't know about that one. Don't know about that one. But next bowl. He's celebrating this? No way. Do you know USA beat Pakistan? Yes. No, I did speak about that before in the Super Over. With 2 balls left, they were able to get the job done. Scoreboard. Thank you, Mr. J. By the way, is it just me, or is the chat like a more brighter colour for the blue? Is it just me, or does like your moderator colour look brighter? Maybe it might just genuinely be me. I'm just going to wait for this next ball and then I'll update that scorecard. Bumrah hurt his clucker muscle, rumour has it. Next ball by Netravalka, 2 dot balls. Oh my gosh, he's getting close here. That's 3 dot balls to start off with here. Come on, the Americans. Make a game out of it, son. Make a game out of it. Get us rocking and rolling. Now we're talking. USA, USA, USA. But, you don't have Bumrah, so you bring in Siraj. You're pretty happy with that. Good bowling so far. Appreciate it as an Indian fan. Well, yeah, you have to appreciate it because it's 3 dot balls, and I guarantee you the over and under of the first over would have been like 10. Let's go to the USA. I think everyone's getting on the USA just for a bit of an underdog story. Just make it competitive. Make us have a little bit of fun, with it. But he's going to go for a whack there, and it's another dot ball. Oh, it's another dot ball. I've never been so excited to call 4 dot balls over in my life in T20. Even though getting dot balls is always massive in T20, this is good stuff. We now have a shield instead of a spanner. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's the difference. But also, is it not like a more sky blue? Like it's a different shade of blue. I feel like the other blue was darker. Let's go to the USA. Okay, 5th ball of the over. Still haven't got a run here yet, India. A wicket would just rock him, wouldn't it? Oh, but that's a 6. There we go. Now we've started. There we've started. Kishan whacks the 6. I didn't know the USA could bowl dot balls. They're not known for their bowling, bro. They're known for their batting. They're not known for their bowling. It looks the same to me. What drugs do you want? A lot of stuff, mate. It's called a Thai herbal inhaler. That's the drugs I'm on, mate. Massive drug abuser here of Thai herbal inhalers. Oh my gosh. What day is it? I don't even know. But he's been whacked for a 6 there, Netravalka. Okay, will the next one be the exact same? And it will be inside edge, nearly onto the stumps. It's going to be a single. So 7 runs off the first over, 4 dot balls. I think if you're America, you're happy with that. You are over the moon with that start. Giving up a 6 is never great, but you're over the moon. So am I. Sean, I feel like every single person in Thailand uses the herbal inhalers, surely. Bring back the Vietnamese fighting hat. Mate, I'm going to go buy another Vietnamese hat. I deliberately did, because I can easily go and buy another one here. But I left the Vietnamese hat in... I'm going to get a good one. Like a good one to wear. That was just like a throwaway with the Vietnamese flag kind of deal. I want to go get a genuine one. Because I saw... It's funny, so I'm in an apartment complex here. That's the end of the first over. I'm in an apartment complex here that has a lot of foreigners and a lot of tourists. It's just filled with Airbnbs. In Ho Chi Minh, there's like 3-4 buildings in District 4, which is just full of tourists, man, and full of foreigners on the Airbnb. Have big signs down there saying no Airbnb, but everyone here is Airbnb. Next bowl here, Ali Khan, and it's going to be a single. They're happy with dot balls and singles for sure. They're over the moon with it. But I saw a lot of people wearing it around casually, and I love it. Yes, I am in Vietnam right now. I'm here. So a single there for Kishan. Oh my gosh, we're seeing some debatable comments on this other Australian chat right now. Dear me. 8 for nothing through 1.1. I think they will be over the moon with any wicket, eh? Like, just literally any wicket, USA would be just over the moon. And that's up in the air. That's up in the air. Oh, he's gone. Oh my gosh, that is a wicket. Abhishek Sharma is gone for 0. There's no way. He's gone for a golden duck. That's his first ball. Abhishek Sharma is gone on the first ball that he's faced for a duck. He's gone for a golden duck. It's 1 for 8. You're shitting me. You're right, Arnab, and we saw this in the New Zealand series, that Abhishek either hits massively or goes for a golden duck. It's ridiculous. In that game, the series against New Zealand, I think the first game he got out for nothing, and then absolutely smashed him in the second game, and then the third game got out for or maybe the fourth game got out for a duck. Maybe he did well in the first game and amazingly smashed him in the second game. No. Well in the first game, struggled the second game, smashed him in the third game, and then the fourth game got out for a duck and stuff. That's what he does. It's really strange. Sensational. For the first time in my life, I will say, go the USA, Sean says. You're exactly right. America, wow. That first over was incredible bowling, and this, a 1 and a wicket, this would be one of the biggest upsets of all time if they could find a way here, the Americans. Maybe the Indians will give them a bit more credit here. Arnav says, India top 3 are all lefties today. Tilak Varma, he comes in for a bat now. He wouldn't have been expecting to come in, let alone so early. Team America. But yeah. He's like Head. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. That is a pretty good comparison. Travis Head will either go big or go home. Next bowl. And it will be a dot ball. Will be a dot ball. This is at least giving us something interesting to start off with you. The amount of criticism they would face even for this is going to be monumental. Even for this start. Sharma is going to get slapped no end by the media. But you watch, when he comes out and plays Namibia, you watch him get like 100. You watch him go and absolutely slaughter Namibia, because that's what he does. Next ball from Ali Khan. A dot ball. This is great over. 1 run, 1 wicket, 2 dot balls. India all out for 154. Sean, if you've called that, that is a monumental score that USA would salivate at. They're not going to win. They will get bowled. They will get bowled for sure, but that's a sexy total from America's perspective. Surely they wake up at some point here, India. Surely. Actually, both these batters, aren't they Mumbai Indians? Arnab, I don't know a great deal about the IPL, but I think both these guys are Mumbai Indians batters, aren't they? And this is in Mumbai. Next ball from Ali Khan. Swing and a miss. Great delivery. How fast are the openers bowling? I wouldn't say it's incredible. It's probably, well, it's actually not too bad. It's about 142.8, 143. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. 142, 143 is pretty good. I was expecting it to be about the 138, 137. But he's Ali Khan right now, just bowled a 143. By the way, don't forget, this is the power play. This is the power play. This is when they're meant to hit the biggest. Ishan Kishan was Mumbai, now he got bought by Hyderabad where Head is. Okay, fair enough. They'll get a single from that. What an over from Ali Khan. What an over. 2 runs, 1 wicket, 3 dot balls. Spicy stuff. 2 singles, 3 dot balls, and a wicket. This is the World Cup, son. Tilak is with Mumbai. So I was pretty much right. Look at me go. I have a good idea about a few things, even though I don't even watch the IPL. I love how they're showing, like, the capital city of India is New Delhi. Region, Asia. Really? Population, 1.4 billion. Billion. With a B. 9 for 1 after 2 overs. They would have expected to have already given up 30, 40 runs by now. Tilak will come on strike, and it's going to be back to Netravalka, who had 4 dot balls, a single and a 6 given up in that first over. Netravalka, that's up in the air, that's up in the air, that's up in the air. Oh, that's smash for a 6, isn't it? Is that smash for a 6? No, it's out. No, it is a 6. Okay. Jeez, my depth perception there wasn't great. That looked straight up in the air on the broadcast, but it will get smashed for a 6. It just kept on going. Kept on going. Bouncing off the ground, that's not too bad from the Yanks. You love it. But Netravalka just got absolutely whacked for a 6. For half a second, I thought he was going to be out, dude. And Netravalka can do nothing but just watch it sail. US Cricket World Cup hero Jones suspended over multiple corruption charges. The ICC accused Jones of trying to fix or influencing BIM 10 matches, refusing or failing to cooperate with an investigation, obstructing the inquiry, and failing to disclose attempts to violate the Cricket West Indies anti-corruption code. Okay, well, that's lovely to hear about the Americans. That's a lovely start, isn't it? That's a real lovely start. Kishan on 8, Tilak on 7, next bowl, and that will be knocked in behind for a boundary. That will be a 4, and now they're starting to wake up. That early positive start is getting away from them now. 6 and a 4, 10 runs already with 4 balls to go in this over, and 19 for 1. That is a nicely played shot, man. He knew exactly what he was doing there. It's edge stuff, but when you're a professional like that, you know exactly what you're doing. But, you know, again, the USA gave it a good run against the Kiwis. They gave it a real good run against the Kiwis in that World Cup warm-up match. And that's why I feel Afghanistan could sneak him tomorrow. Tilak, that's funny because his name means darling in Thailand. Well, Mumbai would be calling him darling right now with the way he's batting. That will be a single. 20 for 1 after 2.3. No, sorry, that'll be after 2.4, I would assume. No, it would be 2.3, yeah. Sometimes with the cricket broadcast, they wait like maybe 10 seconds before they update it. But today they've got it on point as soon as the run's been hit. They'll get it done. But Netravalka, 11 runs given up now. 18 runs throughout the first 2. Next bolt will be a single. 21 for 1. I feel like the only way I would give USA a chance here is if they kept India under like 110. 110, 120? Jeez. It's kind of the only world that I could see them getting over the line in. And I still couldn't even see them getting over the line. They'd be very grateful that Boomer was not playing, though. Next bolt. Dot ball. Happy with that. Run rate is currently around the 7.3. Is this game on KO and is it the World Cup actual game? Now, yes, Will Wakefield, this is the actual World Cup. So you're going to see us live every day for like 3 games for this group stage. Tomorrow we've got New Zealand, Afghanistan, England, Nepal, and Sri Lanka versus Ireland. And it's every day 3 games for like 2 weeks until we get to the Super 8. But yes, this is the actual World Cup. And that's why it's so surprising that USA have a wicket here against India. Australia doesn't play until Wednesday. Next bolt. Up in the air. Oh, just over the fielder, and it will go for a 4. Tilak nearly out there. Nearly out, but they will get 16 runs off of that over, so they'll be happy with that, the Indians. Oh, sorry, yeah, I didn't answer that. It's not on KO, it's on Prime Video, but you can watch it for a 30-day free trial. So if you want to watch this Cricket World Cup, go do the 30-day free trial. Just remember to cancel it at the end. If you want to wait until tomorrow, though, then because the final is on the 8th of March. So today's the 7th of February. So if you wanted to get that full free month, I think I would wait till tomorrow, and then you'd be able to watch the entirety of the World Cup minus this game here, and the 3 games that happened today. Because we already saw Pakistan very just beat the Netherlands, and we also saw the West Indies get a job done over the Scottish. 3 overs down. But Will, you missed out Abhishek Sharma getting out for a golden duck in this one. Wild stuff. Dot ball. Van Schalkwijk. Van Schalkwijk. That's sounding South African to mine. That's sounding South African origin. I'm going to have a look. Van Schalkwijk. He is... it literally says South African cricketer. It doesn't even say American cricketer. It quite literally on his Google profile, it says South African cricketer. That's a nicely played shot, but they'll be man in the boundary, so it should just be a single. Shadley Van Skelquick is a South African-born American cricketer, but it's got his South African cricketer up there, who plays for the MLC franchise Los Angeles Knight Riders. So Coley isn't playing? No. Coley's retired from everything that's not ODIs. 26 for 1 through 3.2. Very impressive from the USA. You know, spectacular stuff. Next bowl. That's a big smack. That's a big smack. And that will go for a 4. We'll go for a boundary. We'll go for the boundary there. This guy's going crazy there with his drums. And Tilak getting a bit of a move on now. So they're averaging around the 9-10 per over now. That 16 run over really helps them get back into it. They just need any form of rhythm. They get any form of rhythm in this game, they can still be on for 300. Abhishek Sharma is not going to be able to sleep tonight. And the Indians don't play again until they play Namibia, I think on Thursday? Yeah, Thursday is their next game. So he's got a long time between drinks, eh? Next bowl. And dot ball. Good bowling. I prefer T20 than Test if I had a choice to play one. If you're saying to play one, yeah, well then T20. If you're saying to watch one, I 100 billion % take Test every day of the week. Not even close. But if you're saying to play one, then yeah, you're taking T20. And T20 is where the big money is made too, especially if you're playing in the IPL. Trump may increase tariffs again if we lose tonight. Trump wouldn't even know this tournament is on, mate. He has a few bigger issues that he's got going on right now than to be thinking or knowing about the T20 World Cup that's happening in India and Sri Lanka. That's going to be hit nicely, but it will just be, it's a misfield, and it will probably be 2 runs off of that. It will be 2 runs. It should have been just a single, but instead it was a misfield for 2 runs. I think Trump might have a few bigger issues than to be focusing on the Cricket World Cup, which most Americans don't even know is on. So Van Skelquick has given up 5, 6, 7 runs in this over. They should know ball sports. Unless England invented it, then they have no idea. Americans only know and care about NFL, American football, basketball, ice hockey, and baseball. And at a stretch, football. Soccer. Final ball of the over here from Van Skelquick. And, hit straight back at the bowler. There was a chance of a wicket there, but he won't get it. We're not going down this path, Will Wakefield. We're not going down this path at all. So that'll be a single and 33 for 1 after 4 overs. Run rate of 8.23 right now. Yeah, good choice, Jay. Bowled it at 130, went straight back to Van Skelquick, but he just couldn't get the grab. That would have been a huge wicket, man. That would have really stunted the momentum that India is starting to pile up. But it was a good over from him. 3, 4, 8 runs off the over. You're not really complaining about it right now. They're just going to get through these next 2 overs without giving up a massive amount of runs here. Just get through his next. Ali Khan, he's 1 wicket, 2 runs. You're definitely liking these coming straight back in. 78% of vote. 22% of people have voted for the Americans in the poll. 22% is crazy stuff. You're a bunch of trolls, you are. You're a bunch of trolls. Ali Khan. First ball of the over. And it will be a dot ball. Good. It's a misfield again. For the love of God, America. Please get your fielding in line. You're giving up freebies for no reason. They've now given up 2 freebies in the last 3 balls. Yeah, it is an awkward angle there, but it was definitely catchable. It was definitely catchable. Difficult, but it was catchable. Run rate 8.16, which would be setting them up at around 180. USA do know how to bat, man. It's not like they don't know how to bat. Ooh. Jeez, that confused him. It's going to be a dot ball. Ali Khan's a good bowler. America are trash at cricket. Yeah, because they don't know about it. They don't care about it. Most of these American players are literally, it says, Veneshkal Quick is known as a South African cricketer, but they live in America and they've lived in America for long enough, so they're actually of Indian origin or South African origin kind of deal. For example, Ali Khan, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that he's got like Pakistani descent there, considering it's Khan. Oh, don't tell me that was dropped. Don't tell me that was dropped. Oh no, it wasn't. Oh no, it wasn't dropped. Come on, America. You're getting given chances. You're being given chances here from Khan. What's the point of you being out in the field there if you can't catch that? Oh, America, man. You've had two golden opportunities for a catch. The last one was tough. That one is straight to the fielder. Straight to the fielder. And he's dropped it. Arnav says India would be done right now if America had taken these two catches. Oh, dude. Swing and a miss. Ali Khan's a good bowler, mate. Don't underestimate him. Ali Khan is a good bowler. He should have had 2 wickets now already. He should be 2 for 3. No, they didn't get a single from it. They should be 2 for 3. He should be 2 for 3, and it should be 34 for 2. .4 overs down. Get through this with only the 1 run. He's really slowing down their power play. Swing. Ah, but that's a nice shot. That's a nice shot for a boundary. Kishan will smack the rope, and it is a 4. So 5 runs off the over here from Ali Khan. Jay, starting to feel like that could be a problem long term. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Starting to feel problematic. I don't know if I'd say India would be done right now. I think that's dramatic, Arnab. They wouldn't be done right now by any stretch of the imagination, the Indians. But it would definitely send shockwaves amongst their team. They'd be starting to feel like how Pakistan felt earlier today. Because Pakistan, they were in the dumps, bro. They were like done for all money at one stage. They're just lucky there was a dropped catch as well by the Netherlands. If that drop catch goes to hand and he catches it, oh, that's a 6. That's an absolutely smack of a shot that goes for a 6. And off a really good over, you'd be spewing if you're old, mate, because Kishan was dropped and then has hit 10 runs off the back of those next 2 balls. Gets dropped, then goes and smacks two boundaries, 1-6 and 1-4. End of the over. Sean says, if the Americans bat baseball style, which we all know that is the way to play, Sean, why are you going to encourage the English here? You're going to get Jacko, or you're going to get Harrison, or you're going to get Chris Hendry out of the woodwork, and they're going to come in talking about baseball. Do you really want this? Is this what you want to do, Sean? Do you really want to do this to us? By referring to baseball, we're going to get some Englishmen who will just turn up out of the blue, out of the woodwork, and just start circle jerking baseball, which in T20 actually is the way to play. But in Test cricket, it's not the way to play. 5 overs down, it's 44 for 1. At least they're under 10 runs per over. Big swing, and it will only go for a single, though. Veneshkal Quick is bowling. Just a single. He's bowling 130s, so this is where India should target for some massive hits. However, they have figured out Ali Khan now with those last 2 boundaries. Well, Kishan definitely has. By the way, Sean, when you watch, does your family watch too? Or do they just kind of... Oh, he's gone! Kishan's gone! Venchka Quick has picked up a wicket. He's been caught. The Americans actually caught. Kishan is gone. That is a wicket. It's 45 for 2. Wowee. Wowee. Kishan gone for 20. The Pakistanis would be loving this match right now. Because India clowned on them for their game against the Netherlands. That's an easy catch there. But honestly, there should have been. India should have been 3 wickets down already. And debatably 4 wickets down. But it was a difficult catch for Vanshkat Quick in the Bolton court. Which obviously he dropped. But the other one should have been caught. And also, they wouldn't have had the 10 extra runs if they had got that catch too. As an Indian fan, I feel slightly delighted with the USA doing well. I think everyone's going to be happy for the underdog to be competing here. This could have easily been a game, and I was fully expecting America to go and hit 300 runs. India to go and hit 300 runs against America, but I think India have bought into that mentality too. I think they've just expected this to be an easy whack around. And Kishan gone, Abhishek gone for a golden duck. Surya Kama Yadav will come in now. They need to keep these guys in here, at least to the 10th over. I can't believe I'm speaking about at least right now. And no, mate, when you sing, that's the time my granddaughter comes to the phone. No, I meant like the sport. Oh, no, you don't actually watch the sport. You watch me. I forgot. You use me as the commentary. But no, fair enough. So 45 for 2 after 5.2. Paul Kavalik says, these matches seem to be low scored to what we are used to. Are these pitches crap? I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a low score. I still feel like India should be getting... They should still be getting up around the 180-200 mark, dude. They should be. And you still should get around that 190-200 mark. It's 45 for 2 after 5.2 overs. If they're a little bit more sensible with their wickets. But the other reason they're getting done with the wickets is because they are complacent right now, really. Yeah, exactly right, Sean. You tell them. You tell them. Sri Lanka is a different story, Paul. You will probably see a lot of low scorers in Sri Lanka. That's a different pitch. That is a different pitch. But such a different pitch to what we saw in Pakistan. Like, Sri Lanka, we saw in the pre-series, not the World Cup warm-up matches, but in the series between Sri Lanka and England, we saw England win with 128. They won with 128. I saw the Pakistan versus Netherlands match. I felt like it was a hard hit boundaries there. But that was in Colombo. Or was that in Pallekele or was that in Colombo? I can't remember if that was in Pallekele or in Colombo. Long story short, it is difficult to get runs there. Again, England won game 3 of the T20 series between them with 128 as the score, and they won by like 16 runs, something like that. SSC Cricket Ground. Where is that? Oh, the Sinhalese Sports Club in Colombo. There you go. So it was in Colombo. Yes, to answer to you. The games in Sri Lanka, you should see low scorers. This is in Mumbai, though. This isn't in Sri Lanka. Vanch got a quick for his 3rd bowl of the over. Suryakama Yadav is on strike, and it will be a dot ball. The Indians, they're quaking right now. They're shaking their boots. They are shaking in their boots. Shaking and quaking. I'm just glad they took a catch. I'm just glad they showed that they can actually get a catch in this game, the Americans. Mason Webb says, USA. You get around the Americans, Mason. The Aussies, we got you back. We got you back. Oh, it's going to be a single. It will be a single there for Suryakama Yadav. He'll do more than what Sharma did. I don't think the Americans win here, Mason. But with that being said, very positive start for them. Very positive start. Paul says, really? What do you mean, really? Yeah, for the first time we agree. Like, ultimately, I don't care who wins this game, but I would love to see the underdog of Americans get the W, especially as Australia. We are the competing. Up in the air, up in the air, up in the air, up in the air. He's gone. Oh my gosh, no way. So, Paul, you're going to have to get timed out for 5 minutes because you said it too early, but it's 46 for 3. Tilak is gone on 25. Paul, just wait until you hear me commentate it, bro, because we do have people in the chat that are using me as a commentator and can't watch the game. So we do have the time to have 5 minutes, but you obviously come back afterwards. That is a massive wicket, dude. It's 46 for 3. No way do India lose this game, man. No way. This T20 World Cup is looking like it's going to be awesome. This is looking like we're going to have some fun in this T20 World Cup because we got these minnow teams competing with the big dogs. Oh, Brenton, did I just see the Indians getting cooked? Mate, Abhishek Sharma went for a golden duck. Tilak has just gone now on 25. And we also just saw a wicket that went for 20 with Ishan Kishan. India are in trouble right now. That's crazy to say. India are in trouble. I cannot believe we're seeing these wickets just flow freely. Oh, that's crazy, Mason. Where is my white cricketer? Mate, the Americans are flying. Just back him in. That's a crazy comment, dude. India 150? Mate, right now, we're talking 100. Right now, we're talking 100. They're getting through the batters with ease here. That's 2 wickets for Venshkal Quick. And if he had took that catch before, he'd have 3 wickets for just the 10 runs given up. His economy right now is around 5. If there's a dot ball here, he has an economy of 5 runs and over through 2 overs with 2 wickets. That's monumental stuff. I don't care. USA is USA. Just back him in, Mason. Whereabouts are you based? Are you in America? Yeah, Golden Duck. Up to Yanks. Get around to Yanks. Oh, no way. Oh, you're kidding. That's out. It's 46 for 4. That is one of the most insane power plays I've ever seen. Dubé goes for a golden duck. India getting slaughtered right now. The Americans are slaughtering India. Venshkal Quick has picked up 3 wickets in that over. Shivam Dubé. Like, I can't even speak right now. This is the most crazy shit I've seen. The Americans in the crowd must be like, are you shitting me? We bought tickets to this to get 300 put past us. Again, the bowling for America is not known to be good. This has been great bowling. It's the batting that is known to be really good for America. They got 201 runs against the Kiwis just the other day in the World Cup warm-up match. They know how to score runs. They don't really bowl that well, but this is just outstanding. He's on a hat-trick next over. That is crazy, Night Eyes. 46 for 4. That was in the power play. And think about the drop catches. They could have been 6 down, India. They're going to really settle this down now. You watch. They're not going to go for 200 now. They're going to really conserve their wicket massively. We've only been here for 6.1 overs, and they're 4 wickets down. What's the pitch like? It's looking... It has to be a tough pitch. Like, America... I can't see America winning this game. Surely it just doesn't happen. But the fact we're talking about this is just wild. I know everyone thought India would be at 100 for none now. Everyone dead set thought they would be... That was an awful shot, by the way. It was an absolutely horrific shot. I've seen better shots in under-8s cricket than what I just saw from Shivam Dubé. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, if it's Dube or Dubé, but I've seen better shots in under-8s cricket. That was ridiculous. 47 for 4, 6.2 overs down. The pitch does look fine, though, Arnab. It doesn't... I think India's just getting out really stupidly. It's going to be a single. I will say that the pitch looks fine. Are we pissed off if Pakistan forfeit against India? They will, though, Mason. And there's a lot more at play. A lot more at play than them playing that game. Next bolt. And it's going to be a single. You know, it's like, for example, India did... But this is the tough thing, right? Because India didn't play in Pakistan when they had the ICC Championship, whatever it was. They didn't play. They got to play their games in, I think, UAE, and they ended up winning that tournament. So Pakistan missed out in the final. They didn't get to have the final in Pakistan. That's going to be a dot ball. Brilliant bowling here from Masin. But the issue for Pakistan is that this tournament is in India and Sri Lanka. If India play in the final, and say Pakistan made their way to the final is in Ahmedabad in India. But if Pakistan made the final and India didn't make the final, then the final would be in Sri Lanka and they're okay with it. However, let's assume India and Pakistan find a way to get to the final, which right now is looking very debatable for both teams. But let's assume India play Pakistan in the final. What does Pakistan do? What do? Do they play the final, knowing full well it's in India, and they don't believe it's safe for them, just like the Indians didn't feel like it was safe in Pakistan? Do they play the final in Ahmedabad and risk everything? Or do they forfeit and then India wins the whole T20 World Cup? They give their biggest rivals. They would have to play it, but also, do you know how unsafe that would be for Pakistan? That'd be super unsafe. I don't know what would happen there. That would actually be volatile. That'd be scary. That'd actually be a scary thing. Because those two countries don't vibe with each other at all. I don't know what you'd actually be able to do there. No, wrong. No, wrong. We saw when we were doing the T20 predictor the other day on my when I did a live stream where I was predicting it. If India are in the final, it's in Ahmedabad. If India are not in the final, it's in Colombo. Paul says, I saw America at $26 odds when I came into the stream when India lost their second wicket. They are now $5.40 odds. That's insane. Chris says, wow, hello everyone. So India. Yeah, Chris, see, Sean, you did this. He brought up baseball before, Sean, and I said, don't do this. You're gonna bring these English Muppets in like Chris Hendry or Jacko or Harrison and stuff. And look what you've done, Sean. And now we've got Chris Hendry. What have you done? Come on. You know, we're enjoying Americans put up a fight here against the Indians. And you go and say something about baseball, and how would you know it? Chris Hendry turns up. You did this. You did this. Pakistan played in Ahmedabad in 2023 World Cup. Correct, but there is a very different scenario at play right now. It is a very, very different scenario. And there'll be a dot ball. Venchkal quick. He's been unbelievable. 3 for 10 through 2.3 and 3 dot balls here. Oh my gosh. Venchkal quick has been spectacular. Dear USA, please don't ruin my morning. Mason, they were 27 to 1 odds to win this beforehand. 26 to 1 odds. This right now would be a bigger upset than Argentina versus Saudi Arabia in that World Cup, I think, in 2018. It would be a bigger upset. Shatish says, you should not see USA as some underdogs this... Oh, stop it. Shatish, don't do this. Shatish, don't do this. Shatish, don't do this. Shatish, don't do this. You should not see USA as some underdogs, as this team is made up of Indians and Pakistanis. Shatish, please don't do this, man. Just take this and say, look, India have underestimated them. USA is an underdog team. You know this. Everyone knows this. They are a better team than people know of, but they also should not be right now 50 for 4 through 7.4 overs. India have underestimated them. India have come in here with the expectation. So, like, what you're saying is that people shouldn't expect all these teams just because they've got Indians and Pakistanis in their team. They're not an underdog team. This is an underdog team. The USA should not be right now 51 for 4 through 7.5 overs. There is no two ways about it. There is no discussion about it. India were paying like $1 to win this game before the game started. USA were paying 26 to 1 to win this game before the game started. Whether they're competitive or not is another question. I will agree that every team should be at least relatively competitive throughout this tournament, but this is unacceptable right now for India. It's unacceptable right now. With that being said, to meet you in the middle here, Shatij, because I know this isn't an insult, but you're trying to cope with what's happening right now, so it's going to be a single there for Surya Kama Yadav. He'll be on 5. To meet you in the middle somewhat, USA performed well against New Zealand in a World Cup warm-up match just a few days ago where they got 201 runs. They're known for batting. If you look at their bowling, it's not usually good. They've been bowling well today with Vanishkala Quick and also Ali Khan, but they're not known for their bowling. They're known for their batting. So this is why this is even more of a surprise as a 26 to 1 underdog. So they are definitely an underdog. So that's a heavy disagree. You are incorrect about that. It's not an opinion. They are heavy underdogs in this tournament. But they should be better than the expectation that people have that America will just be pushovers. And I will say to you right now, Pakistan will be laughing at you, but you wait. You'll get back on them when America plays Pakistan. And Pakistan today honestly nearly lost to the Netherlands. So they have no reason to laugh at anybody right now. They have no reason to laugh at anybody, but they would be laughing at what's happening right now. However, America will then play Pakistan, and that is going to be super interesting based off of what we're seeing right now. Next bowl. And it's going to be a single. Mason says, give me one more wicket ASAP. Don't expect wickets, bro. Like, if they come, be super happy, but don't expect wickets. This shouldn't be happening right now. It shouldn't be happening, but be very happy with what's happening. Yeah, Sean, it wasn't because I said it too. Did you say something too, Brenton? Oh my goodness me. That's going to be a dot ball. It's going to be a dot ball. But I think anyway, Shatij, I think you understand what I'm saying here. And I think everybody understands what I'm saying here. They absolutely are underdogs, but give them a little bit of credit. Give them a little bit of credit. At the end of the day, they're still professional cricketers. That will be a single, maybe? No, dot ball. That will be a dot ball. Paul, so I think USA are worse than the Netherlands. I disagree. I'm pretty certain if this pitch is so hard, they'll probably all fold for under 50 runs. I agree with the potential of that. Jasprit Bumrah is not playing today. They've got Mohammad Siraj, who's bowling instead. But I would slightly agree that there is a good chance that USA could get done for under 50. But I also think this is a pretty... Dot ball. That's an excellent over from Mohsin. Only one run given up through that. He's got a 2 economy right now. Mohsin has got a 2 economy through 2 overs. So I think that this pitch is lying to you right now. I think you think this is a bad pitch because India have been playing some stupid shots, but I think they're stupid shots. And the reason why they're not going for big shots anymore is because they know how scared they are right now. They're already 4 wickets down. The big shots are available. But I feel like India have thought so little of the USA that they've gone for big shots with every single opportunity. And they've just pushed the shot. I feel like if America can be competent in the batting, they can show you this pitch isn't bad. I don't think this pitch is bad. But with that being said, it could easily go in your favour too. It could. It could. USA has played really well. There's no question that rash shots by Indians today. Yeah. Aaron Jones is currently being investigated for corruption, mind you. That's going to be a single good field in there. Also, America has dropped like 3 catches. Mate, I didn't hear you. I was washing in the colour out of my hair, and the most fagnostic thing I've ever said, I think, on this stream. Okay, I know what you're actually saying. No, Sean, I said, you can blame yourself for Chris Hendry turning up. What did I tell ya? You speak about baseball, and you magically bring in Lord Voldemort of the English, and Chris Hendry turns up. Jacko hasn't come yet, but I'm sure he'll be certain to come around sometime. And I blame you. Oh, that's a good shot. They'll get a 4. No. Man on the boundary out there. Yeah, Mason. Few drops here, man. Vanishkala Quick dropped a tough one. Oh, it might have been 2. Venture Gun Quick dropped a really tough one, and then there was a sitter. Like, I know it was coming at pace, but it was a sitter that was dropped as well from America, off of the back of an Ali Khan bowl. WinViz right now has India 80, US 20. It should even be shorter. No, my team doesn't play till next week, Shatij. There was only 2 preseason games this weekend. That's because these 4 teams go to Vegas, so they play a week earlier in preseason than everybody else. Up in the air. Oh, but it's over the fielder. That's a 4 for Shubham. That is a 4. Is it Shubham or Shubham? Shatij. Anonab. Is it Shubham or Shubham? I like to try and pronounce the players' names correctly, but obviously it's very difficult to know. And also, is it Dube or Dube for the other batter? Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here. Shubham. Okay, Shubham. 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 Yeah, okay. That'll be a dot ball. Great over you. I know he gave up that 4, but it was also a slight little chance if it was hit under. Did he dye it blue for the Dogs, Sean? No, he dyed it blue for the Titans, Brenton. What you guys are not understanding, what you guys are not getting yet, is that your team is the Titans and you have a secondary team. So he wouldn't be getting his secondary team. But then again, he can do the Dogs and the Titans there with the... he can do the Dogs and the Titans with blue there, mate. Don't you worry. Oh, it's got a beautiful shot there that will go for a 4. That's a beautiful shot. What is the body language of these Indian players? Are they scared, arrogant, determined? Right now it's a tough one because I feel like they're just trying to get through a very tough period and they're waiting to build a little bit of a partnership here before they go for a whack. They've gotten a couple of boundaries here off this over, so they'd be happy with it, but they're still in a precarious situation. How they dropped catch, shame on them. Well, it's still not easy, mate. But there should have been one cat. Oh, he's dropped. Don't tell me that's been dropped again. Did that carry? Did that carry? Is this a drop or is yeah, I get it, Joe. Is this a drop or I don't know if that carried. Oh my gosh, just as they're about to show us the replay of it, they've gone to an advertisement here for India. I will not lie though, India never really leaves you. It is always on your mind. When you go to India, it's just always there. Good and bad. Bretton says, fair enough, mate. I need some of that dye soon. Yeah, you need to get this nice little blue India. Oh, it did carry. He dropped it. Oh, man. Another drop from America. Yeah, sorry, I can't tell you because there's an advertisement that I'm getting right now for Indian curry traveling to India. That's what we're getting. So Harmeet Singh, he's actually like their biggest prospect. Harmeet Singh, he hasn't bowled yet. This is his first bowl, and it's going to end up being a single. They've called 2. No, but it'll be a single. Oh man, Sudhir Karma dropped. Okay, here we go. We're going to see this replay. Straight back. Oh, dude, that's 100% a drop, man. Oh, man, that's 100% a drop. Oh, no way. That's a bad drop, too. That was straight into the hands, man. That is straight into the... That's a pathetic drop. That is. That's a really bad drop. USA have dropped too many catches here, and there's been 2 sitters they should have caught. That should have been caught. Oh, that's bad. What do you think a pass will be for India here? Oh, they still need to at least get 150. Oh, a single. Yikes. They still need to surely get 150. At 65-4, they would need to really up this run rate, but they're happy to sit through this period, and then once they get to the... If they can keep these guys into 13, 14 overs in, you'll start to see them open up a lot more. If America can keep them under 150, regardless of the result, that's a success for them. Big shot, but it'll only go for a single. Massive drop. Massive drop, dude. Suryakama Yadav would have been just such an incredible pickup, and they could have been looking to bowl them out for dead set under 120, which is a wild thing to say. Wild thing. Do I think USA have good batsmen? They're known for their batsmen rather than their bowlers. Not that they have good... Like, context matters here. Context matters. For where you would put USA on, like, a ranking system, that's going to be... America's fielding is the most piece of shit fielding I've ever seen in my life. You will lose this game today off of such poor fielding. This is just disgraceful. They have really let down their bowlers. Really let down their bowlers. That should have been a single. It ends up going for a 4. Yeah, the American fielding fumbles might cost them the game. Remember Paul as well? Just wait. I think you might have just been a bit too early for that. Not that I saw it, but I feel like you might have. Just be very careful about commenting too early. AJ says if USA does well in the fielding, they might have a shot to win. 100% AJ's. 150%. That'll be a dot ball. They've dropped 3 catches, 2 sitters, and given up now 9 freebie runs off of misfielding. 9 freebie runs. Next ball. And it'll be a dot ball. They've really let down their bowlers today, man. That should have been only 3 runs off that over. No, sorry, 4 runs off the over because it should have been single. It should have only been 4. It turns into 7. Oh, man, just so disappointing. But Rinku does need to hit a little bit, man. Right now, he's kind of just taking up strike. I was talking about that dropped catch. Surya was on 15 when that catch dropped. He will probably make 50 plus. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. With that being said, I would have said that about Isham when that catch was dropped and he got out pretty quickly after. So anyway, Mason, to go back on the comment you were asking about, I would say for their grouping, as in if you're putting them alongside the likes of Netherlands and you're putting them alongside the likes of the Irish and these type of teams, then I will say their batting is really good. But their batting also did score 200 runs against New Zealand. Against minnow teams. Like, America's a minnow team, but there is a gap between them and the next minnow teams, right? And they will consistently get up around that 200 marker. It's going to be another single here, 71 for 4. They will get up around that 200 marker, so they can hit. But they haven't played a team like India before in the bowling. Oh no, what's happened here? Oh no. What's he said? What's he said? I back you, Chad. I'm not doubting you. I can't even see his most recent comment, unless you're talking about the USA have good batsmen. I can't even see his other comment. No, that's Sean. America invented baseball because they don't want to play cricket, and you dickheads can't catch a ball without a mitt. I played both. Catch the ball. Sean's on one. He's coming for him. Next ball. Up in the air. Up in the air. Up in the air. He's gone. Rinku is gone on 6. It's 72 for 5. At least they've caught it. That's massive. Rinku is gone. Moshin should have 2 wickets, but he's 1 for 6 through 2.4. Oh my gosh, India. That's another wicket. What we were all expecting to be around the 300 mark for India has turned into an absolute shit show. Oh, I didn't read it in that context, Jay. Fair enough. Rinku Singh for 6 from 14. I don't think anybody expected anything of this sort. Shatish, are you still watching? What are your thoughts right now? I'm genuinely asking too. What are your thoughts as Indians? What are your actual thoughts about this right now? Because I am actually in shock. Like, this is incredible stuff. This is incredible. Sean says, come on. Brenton says, refresh chat, you might see the comment. I did refresh it, yeah. She says, this is disappointing. No, I agree. I know Stricken Wild is in shock right now. This would be the biggest upset of all time. Of all time. In cricket. And I don't know if anything could ever beat it. Yeah, this is not a deck to be 72-5 on. This is what I was arguing, Shatish. I think this deck is lying to everyone right now. Because if America can competently bat, they could win this game. They could genuinely win this game at the dot ball. This deck does look fine for mine. It does look hittable, but India have just come in completely complacent. I feel like America have a really good chance to win this game. That's going to go for a single, and Hardik Pandya will be on one. They have a genuine chance to win this game. Paul says, I'm speechless about this. Did they actually talk crap about Pakistan and their batting performance? Yes. There seems like some kind of cosmic karma uppercutting them in the chin. Well, I can tell you right now who's having a successful hate watch. I can tell you two teams, two nations that are enjoying this game immensely. And that would be the countries of Bangladesh and Pakistan. Controversial for the Indians to hear that, but it is the truth. Those two countries would be hate watching the living shit out of this game, and they'd be loving it. This upset would be equal to South Africa chasing 434 on that day against, I think it's Australia talking about. 434 is massive. I also will tell you, though, that this would be bigger than that on the basis. That's an amazing run chase. Amazing. Biggest upset ever. But I think this would total it because this is America taking on India. In India. In a T20 World Cup where they are the strong and heavy favourites. You have got the best players in the world here in your bread and butter game. This is T20. This is where India puts all their money into, all their care factor, all their effort, everything goes into T20. They have regressed in ODI and they have regressed in Test cricket. That's going to be a 4 there. It's a good shot there from Hardik Pandya. They've regressed in other formats of the game to prioritise T20 cricket. So, with that, they must win this game. We're not talking about India taking on Australia. We're not talking about India taking on the West Indies, who still have a good rapport. We're talking about America here. We're talking about a minnow team. A team that people don't even put in the same comparison with the likes of Ireland. They usually think America's even lower than them. Even though that's an unfair and harsh statement, people do usually think that way. This would be the biggest upset of all time, bar none. With that being said, I know what you're trying to do there. That is a huge comeback, but South Africa is a big nation. So that comeback... Oh, that's up in the air, that's up in the air, that's up in the air. Is that a 6 or is that out? Oh my gosh, he's out. It's 77 for 6. It's 77 for 6. It's 77 for 6, lads. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in cricket. This is insane. Do you guys agree with me with what I was saying just then, by the way, in the comparison between why I would say this is the biggest upset of all time? AJ says, damn it, should have supported USA today. This is really embarrassing. Well, AJ says, who do you support? Sean says 153. Brother, they're not even on target for 100 right now. They're not even on target for 100 runs. Like, I think this is bigger because didn't this Indian team score a record 450 in a 2020 match last year? No, it was like 320 or something like that. The highest ever score was like 350 or 360 by Zimbabwe against someone. No one's ever scored 400 in T20. In international cricket. I don't quite know what to say. Chris, this is such incredibly shocking. This is just opening this tournament. This tournament can be won by any of the big nations right now. If this is how we've seen India and Pakistan. And also, mind you, this should send a shockwave to England, who play Nepal tomorrow, definitely to New Zealand, who play Afghanistan, Australia against the Irish. This should send a shockwave to these teams. It absolutely should. Because you're seeing these minnows competing. Netherlands competed and arguably should have won against Pakistan, but with the dropped catch, obviously didn't. And then you're seeing USA might even be like 3-1 underdogs right now, $2.50. Can someone tell me what the odds are right now? Arnab says, I'll be happy if US wins because it'll be a good lesson for us to being too overconfident. Yeah? That's a good point. Oh, he's out. That's wicket. That's an LB. Oh no. Maybe it was an inside edge. What happened there? They went up for it and then they stopped. Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing with this. Ads keep coming in when they're replaying shit. Draz says, is UAE beating India to USA beating India to equivalent to Saudi beating? It's bigger than Saudi beating Argentina in the World Cup. It's way bigger. Because in the World Cup, Saudi is still like they're still like a tough team that people recognise as a tough team. No one recognises, like, India are so clear as the favourites for this tournament at their home country. Argentina weren't playing in Argentina. This is India, in Mumbai, against a team that no one even knows plays cricket. Most people don't even know America plays cricket. They don't even know they play cricket. So no, this would be bigger than that. Oh, good fielding there. Finally, some good fielding out of the Americans. It's going to be 2 runs, though, for Suryakama Yadav. If they get Suryakama... By the way, Yadav was dropped on 15. So it could have been easily 79 for 7 run now, and they'd be well in their bowlers. Paul says, remember when some bowler for India 15 years ago leaked 26 runs in a final over to lose a game, and all the politicians in India made sure he never played again for the national team? Who will get the axe? I think it's a bit rash to think off the first game, but Abhishek Sharma is going to get blown apart in the media. He is going to get obliterated. Obliterated. My gosh. Good shot there, but it's going to end up just being the 2 runs. Good fielding to stop it. Yadav is the only one that can save them right now, batting-wise. Lesson, never take anyone lightly. Correct. We as fans, I say this all the time on my rugby league streams and now my cricket streams, you always, as a fan, can take teams lightly. You can. We can. We don't have any direct impact on the results. The players can never, in any sport, underestimate anybody. That's a good shot for a 4. So Yadav is opening up here, 29 runs. He needs to get him above 150. It's 85 for 6 after 13.3. The players can never underestimate, because at the end of the day, these are still professional cricketers. This is the best team that America can put forward. It's the best team the UAE can put forward. It's the best team that Canada can put forward. But they're still paying these guys on a professional basis to play the game on an international level. That's why you can't underestimate ever. But we can, because we don't have a direct impact. They can't. That's why you see Fiji in rugby sevens. They underestimate their opposition a lot. They lose when they underestimate it. That's why you see, oh my goodness me, it's an absolutely horrific shot, which will be a dot ball. If teams like the USA, Namibia, and Scotland cause upsets, it'll be good for the game, because then these countries may find interest in cricket. Cricket will never be big in the USA, bro. Never. John Boy is at his best. He has a massive baseball audience. Cricket and baseball have a lot of similarities. They're the same concept, just different. And a lot of baseball fans are just like, stop playing this shit. But cricket, he loves it. It'd be great to see Americans get behind their team in this World Cup, but overall they're not going to care. They've got baseball. There's not going to be a great deal of people who are going to be interested in both sports, like myself. I love my baseball. I was wearing my Cubbies shirt today, and also cricket. You won't get the Americans getting well into it, but it would be good to see them at least having some national pride behind a team that is the underdog, because they're not used to being underdogs in America. We can restrict India under 110. I don't think you should be, but you can. So the key word there is can. And that's going to be a single. I don't care if the USA fail to win. I have to commend the effort. None of this India 100 for 1 after 9 overs. There is a sense of hope in the unthinkable, which I didn't even expect to think. I was saying that I thought that India was going to get 300. So 14 overs, and they're having a drinks break. Why is it 14 overs deep they're having a drinks break? The national sport in Vietnam? Ooh. National, maybe like football or something? Hold on, I'm going to Google this. National sport of Vietnam. It's probably football. Foot badminton is widely recognised as the traditional national sport of Vietnam. But they love their football. They're really passionate behind their football. They're not great at it, but they're very passionate about their football, as in soccer, for people who don't know. They go crazy for under 19s and whatnot, who are at least competitive in the Asian region. I'm still calm about India's chance of winning. How are you feeling? If we see America get through the first 2 overs without a wicket, I think they can win this game. But if they have like a wicket or 2 wickets in the first 2 overs, it'll show me a lot. And not on the bare basic of like general understanding of the game, but it just would mean that I don't think that America would show they could get through the bowling of India if they have if they have 1 wicket in the first 2 overs. I think they're done. If they can get through the first 2 overs, I actually think they win the game. I think they can win the game if they get through the first 2 overs without a wicket. A lot of baseball fans will struggle to understand cricket in the United States and think it's a 2.0 version of baseball. I think cricket existed before baseball. That's a good question, actually. It is Drinks Break, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And if you have any cricket fans that are your friends, tell them to jump on, because we're going to have a massive World Cup here. We'll be live for every game, or 95% of it. Was cricket or baseball invented first? I feel like it would be cricket. Cricket was invented over 300 years before baseball. Wow. 300 years. Records show cricket was played in England as early as the 16th century and the 1500s, while early forms of bat and ball games existed in England previously. The modern game of baseball took shape in the United States in the 1840s. Wow, okay. That is a massive gap. Bretton says, foot badminton, like hacky sack? It's like volleyball with your feet. Same here, it's amazing to watch. Oh, yes, now I know what it is, yeah. Now I know. Many people are somewhat uninterested in this tournament. It's lacking the hype. Yeah, but if USA could win this game, the hype will be there. That'll be there. Serial Impregnator. What a name. Says, national sport is different than popular game. I 100% agree. Serial, I 100% agree. For example, Australia. The national sport is technically cricket, but a lot of people would argue either AFL or NRL. AFL fans would argue attendance at games. NRL fans would argue viewership on TV. Both have legitimate reasons to argue that. But if you're talking about most popular, it's between AFL and NRL. And then with India, India's national sport isn't cricket. It's field hockey. But if you're going to tell me that national sport of India is field hockey, you're off your head. The national sport is cricket. But that's why I'm saying I know exactly what you're talking about. England invented cricket yet cry about their own rules. Absolute cinema. No, it's beautiful stuff. Beautiful. So Harmeet Singh, he's 1 for 12 after 2.1. Beautiful bowling. And that's going to be a dot ball. Jimmy James, I just got home. What's going on? Is the wicket bad? No, Jimmy. No. No, it's a good wicket. It's a good wicket, bro. They just underestimated them massively. They just underestimated them so massively. It's wild stuff, man. It's wild stuff, Jimmy. Paul says, I find the win predicted totally incorrect when only one team is coming to bat. Who cares if USA has 66% win chance right now? 66% is the win chance for the USA? Nah, that's not correct. It doesn't involve any context. It's just purely on the metric. It's purely on the actual just general cricketing metric. It's not adding in context behind that, if that's the case. Oh, it's going to go for a 4. Good shot. Oh, no. Has he touched the boundary? It's either 2 or a 4. I don't know if he touched the boundary or not. Serial says, I'm going to just call you Serial, brother. Says, Siraj is noob. If Bumrah was present today, we would have some hope of India winning. We shouldn't be talking about that, though. It should be just India winning. I get what you're talking about, though, in regards to, Bumrah is a big loss. I think this is going to be a 4. I think he's touched the boundary. No, the pitch isn't that bad, Cyril. It's not. No, it's a 4. He's touched the boundary there. That'll be a 4. Hopes are only resting on VC today as there is no Bumrah. Yeah, Siraj isn't the kind of guy that I would be expecting to have a big one in a T20. He's not really my kind of T20 style. Good bowler when it comes to like tests and ODI, but T20 not so much overall. That'll be a single for Suryakama Yadav. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live tomorrow for New Zealand, Afghanistan. I think that's going to be a belter of a game. I think Afghanistan can win it. I tipped Afghanistan to win that game. I think they'll surprise them. It'll be a good game, so I'll be live for that. We'll also be live for England versus Nepal, and then also live for Sri Lanka versus Ireland. It's a big game, big day tomorrow. Yeah, Siraj is very lethal in ODIs, I'd say. ODIs is definitely Siraj's game, and then it would be Test, and then it's a gap between Test and T20. If there was if Bumrah is a big loss, it is a big loss. Dry says India can still get a pass score, maybe win, but regardless, they'd leave today disappointed with their high batting because it shows they can be vulnerable in the tournament. This is why I keep saying, Draz, whether people agree or disagree with what I'm saying, India are well known for folding at the crunch. When it comes to the big time tournaments, when it comes to the big time moments, more often than not always, but more often than not, they fail at the crunch. And that is the biggest issue with India because realistically, they should win more than they actually do. You saw it in Ahmedabad. To lose that game in that excruciating fashion to Travis Head and the Australians was just unheard of. And Australia's a very good team. But to lose that was just wild. The criticism they will face for this probably wins them the World Cup in a lot of ways. This will probably wake them up. But it does show the vulnerability in this team. It does. Because if India don't win this World Cup, lads, who do you have? Who do you have to win it? Do you have Australia coming off a poor series against Pakistan but playing with a bunch of BBL players? That's going to go for a 4 there. Good shot there from Aksar. That'll be a 4. They really needed that one. Do you have the Australians who look poor coming off of a Pakistan series, even though that was a B Australian team with a bunch of BBL players? Do you have England, who have shown massive vulnerability in the T20 game? They've been super up and down, and we do know they either hit hard or they hit home. Do you take the South Africans, who I don't know how confident you would be on their T20? Or do you take New Zealand, who just lost 4-1 to India in India and got smacked for the most part of that that's a good 4 there from Aksar. He's getting some good runs here. He'll get up to 10, so it's 102 for 6. So at least they hit the 100 marker through 15.2 overs. And if you don't take those teams, you take it Pakistan, who have a mountain of work to win this tournament because they would need to win all their games. Then they're going to forfeit the game against India. They would then have to go through the Super 8, and then they would have to hope that India don't play in the final against them, because otherwise they're not going to want to play that final based off of what's been going on. I don't think they forfeit that, though. I think they take the risk. If it's in, and it would be in Ahmedabad, I think they take the risk. Ireland are going to do over Sri Lanka. Would love to see it, Chris. Love to see it. Oh my goodness me. He's just getting shot off the shot right now, Aksar. Good fielding, though. Haven't said that much, but there'll be 2 runs for Aksar. They could have got them all out if they had caught that Suryakama Yadav 115. Can I make a prediction on how many runs will be scored in these last 5 overs? I'm guessing around 65. I think they can still get up to 170. I think there's still a chance if Yadav goes crazy. If these guys are still here at the 17, 18 over mark, I could definitely see them still getting a big score. It's 104 for 6. I'd probably more so looking around that 160, 170, but I would not be surprised if they started to really slap them around for these last few overs. Because the wickets now, they still need to wait to the 17, 18 overs mark. So maybe I'm going a little bit too high there. I'm probably thinking 150, 160. Yeah, I don't think USA can chase above 140. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, but did you think that America would have them at 104 for 6? Rose? Did you think that'd be 104 for 6? And also, America's known for its batting, not for its bowling. We are going to have a lot of underdogs winning this tournament. Netherlands almost beat Pakistan. USA can beat India. Yep. Yeah, that's why I already predicted before these games even started. I tipped Afghanistan to beat New Zealand. I think that the Irish against Sri Lanka is a worry because Sri Lanka did just struggle at home, but then again to England. But they lost to a 128 score. I don't think Nepal beats England. I don't think that's a chance. But then again, I never thought a USA beating America, or USA beating India would be a chance either. This is Netravalka bowling at the moment. Definitely not, for sure. But at the same time, we know India will be coming with fire in their belly in the bowling innings. Okay, but that same argument can be used across multiple things against them too. It's like, where was the fire in their belly here? Like, India could easily come out and be like, what the hell just happened? Or they can come out and say, well, we were shit, but we're going to make you shitter. USA could absolutely still struggle to get 50. They could still struggle to get 100. But I doubt it because Americans are known for their batting in comparison. So Ali Khan, he'll come off the field. Ali Khan, hopefully it's not serious. God bless him. But underdogs winning is always a very important part to a World Cup in any sport. Very important. Because it shows competitiveness. There'll be a single there for Aksar. He'll be on 13. It will be a single. Just the 4.2 overs to go here. By the way, did Pakistan already forfeit? Or are they waiting to decide? If they didn't drop Sky, it would have been 80 odd for 7. Got to hope for a wicket fall soon. They need to get Kama Yadav. Your prediction is 160. Yeah, I don't mind it. I said 160, 170. That'd be 55 runs in 4.2 overs. Oh, I don't know about that, actually. No, I'm going to go one. Oh, I don't know about that. 55 runs in 26 balls. Score predictor has him at 145 right now. That's probably making a bit more sense. But that will surely go for a 4, and that will be a 4 for Surya Kamiyadav. He'll be on 40. You dropped the game in a lot of ways when he got dropped on 15. Sean says, you're playing cricket against the USA. So do we think this would be the score against us? Well, the whole game's changed, man. I can't use this game as a comparison for what India do against Australia. They've already made their decision, I believe, but ICC have tried to talk them out of the decision. Very confusing all round, but they'll stick their stance on not playing India. Okay, but then what do they do if they make the final against India and it's played in Ahmedabad? Because if India play the final, it will be in Ahmedabad. If India do not play the final, it'll be in Colombo. So basically, the Sri Lankans are desperate for India to not make it. Oh, that's a shot. Okay, maybe they are looking at a 170. 6 for Surya Kamiyadav. Oh my gosh, dropping him on 15 is going to be a worst nightmare. If they lose wickets, it's probably going to be around 150, but surely they will blast their way to 160 plus because they look settled now. No, they look alright at the moment. Surya Kamiyadav is 4 runs away from the 50 bomb, and he's looking clean as we currently speak. And there's 4 overs to go here, so maybe we are bumping that back up to about that 160, 170. Maybe. Unless Yadav goes. Unless he gets a little bit too cheeky, and he does go. But now we just wait for this next over. Chris says, teams are allowed to be a bit nervous in their first match. It can happen to any of us. I think India will get over the line. India should still win this game, but I still think this is a fail. They'll probably win this game, but it's still a failure of a game in a lot of ways. Let's go, Sky. You need to come to the rescue for us at least once in the big matches. Well, that drop catch of Sky is what's really gotten India back into this game. And now you just need to see him punish, and he is punishing right now. Good question. That would unfortunately be a downfall on Pakistan, even regardless of their stance not playing the final if they make it. Surely they don't. Surely they still play it. I don't think they would gift that World Cup to their biggest rivals. There's no way. And that will be sat in behind just for a single. They'll take every single and every dot ball right now. Harmeet Singh. But that'll bring Suyakama Yadav back onto the strike. Yeah, you're right for sure. Early jitters are possible, but doesn't take away from how poor their top order has been. Absolutely. Absolutely. 7.18 on the run rate currently. "46 runs for Suyakama Yadav. Harmeet Singh, 1 for 20 off of 3.1. Jitters are always a thing, but when you're the best, performances. Oh, jeez, good bowling, top ball. When you're a team like Australia or India or England or South Africa, Pakistan, New Zealand, and to a lesser extent West Indies and even teams like Bangladesh, you are held. No, I won't include those guys. You know what? I'll even remove a couple of those. If you are Australia, England, or India, you are held at a higher level. You are. That's why, regardless of it being a BBL team against Pakistan and a much less experienced B team for Australia against Pakistan, we are held at a higher level, and that's why we say this is a piss take. This is bullshit. If we saw if we saw New Zealand go there and do the same thing, it wouldn't be as disappointing on as such a level, but it would still be very disappointing for them. But it wouldn't be like a big three team of Australia, England, and India struggling. For example, Pakistan really struggled against the Netherlands today. People will talk about it, but if India, who are currently struggling, struggle to beat the USA or do lose the USA, it'd be way bigger on a significant level than a team like Pakistan losing to the Netherlands. Way bigger, because they are part of the big three. South Africa and New Zealand are part of the big three. Pakistan's not a part of the big three. And neither is Bangladesh or anyone like that. So we are held at a higher level. If you lose to Nepal, you'd be absolutely crucified. He's gone. Aksar is gone. It's 118 for 7. 118 for 7. Do you disagree with my statement there, by the way, Chris? 118 for 7. Aksar gets caught on 14. It's not the man they want, but it's a man that they want anyway. They'll take him anyway. It's not necessarily the man they want, but they'll take him anyway. Duraz is 100% Blaze, especially being a smaller country for New Zealand. They don't have the funds and board resources, yet they're always overperforming like that series win in India where the B team was crazy. Absolutely. New Zealand going to India and beating India, even if India was below Pakistan on the ICC rankings, New Zealand beating India in India will always be bigger than New Zealand beating Pakistan in Pakistan, regardless. Paul says the win predictor has USA 55%. No way, these past few overs have probably swung the game 70% at least in favour of India. Disagree in that last part, but in regards to the win predictor, like I said to you before, the win predictor is based off of general, just straight up metric. Like the straight up analytics of cricket. It's not providing the context of what's actually happening with the two teams that play, and it's not including the context behind a lot of that. So USA for mine, throughout this entirety of the game, are still should have been at a maximum 20%. Should have been at a maximum if you're providing context behind it, because USA still need to bat. And we haven't seen how they bat yet, even though we do predict them based off of their batting to be a decent batting team. But against India, I still wouldn't have put them above 20% at any stage of this game, no matter the momentum. WinViz is just giving you a read on how the scores are looking. USA just needs to stick it to basics of batting 6-7 runs and over, might get them the win. Exactly right, Ajaz. Sean says it's a world game, just like round ball, so one country controls soccer or football. No, it's wrong that India. Wait, hold on. That's gone up Broadway for a 4. Good shot there from Arshdeep. Good shot from Arshdeep for a 4. It's 122 for 7. There is 3 overs to go here. I'm thinking 160. I think 160. It's one country controls soccer. No, it's wrong that India, and I will say India don't own the game. Screw the money. Unfortunately, India do own the game. They shouldn't, but they do. It's unfortunate. But it comes with a cost for Indians because it puts them on another upper echelon. So not only do they get involved with the big three on that expectation level, but they're also held at a, if they win, they lose in the opposite fans' minds because people just say, well, you own the game, so that's why you won it kind of deal. Whether you care about that or not, I feel like India does have a lot of ego about them internally, so I feel like they would hate that. So it does come with a cost. They'll say they don't care about it, but it will always come at a cost because people will always say, well, you own the game, so it's an expectation, and you should be winning it. Do you know what I mean? So whilst it unfortunately is true, they're not as successful as you would like, considering. Is Ali back? Yes, he is. Ali Khan is back, but he's grabbing at his groin. This is looking like a bigger injury than they think. Ali Khan, as he was about to bowl there. Oh, dude. Ali Khan was the one who dropped Suryakama Yadav on 15. As annoying as both fan bases are, I think all of us here would go for Pakistan versus India if they played in a final now. Lose-lose. Lose-lose in a lot of ways. Because I know what you're talking about. You're speaking in regards to a pure annoying level. I would say that it's very difficult. I'd say it's a lose-lose in the mentality in a lot of ways. No matter what, you're going to have a harsh time online. I'd say lose-lose. I wouldn't care. I just want good cricket. I just want good cricket between the two. I wouldn't have a dog in the fight. So 122 for 7 through 17 overs. It's going to be... it says Shubham batting. Bowling, sorry. Well, mate, that's not cricket then. Attention to cricket. It's turned into bullshit about money, not the beautiful game that it is. Yeah, but I'd say that T20 has. I wouldn't necessarily say Test has been compromised in that sense. Test is still... Oh, that is going to be a really nicely played shot there from Suryakama Yadav, and he gets the 30 bomb, 30 bomb, 30, 30, 30 bomb, 30 bomb, 30 bomb, 30, 30, 30 bomb. That's a 50 bomb for Suryakama Yadav, and he's on 51, and he's earned it. But he got lucky, because he was dropped on 15. But he did get lucky too. But he earned it. But he got lucky, but he earned it. But he got lucky, but he earned it. So Suryakama Yadav, 51. Without the 51 from Kumar, if you give him only the 15, that means you take away 25, 35, 45, 36 runs from his score. Currently, India are at 7 for 126. They'd be under 100 if he got out for that under 15. If he got out for 15, he'd be under 100. They'd be under 100. My dad is a Bangladesh fan. I feel sorry for him. They promised a lot in 2015 to 18, but it looks like the home series wins, which is a false indication. Cricket can be like that. Definitely can be like that. 5 more bowls of this over from Shubham. And that'll be a dot ball. Good bowl. Does that mean Khan can't back on for the rest of the game? I think so. I think so. Is Khan a big batter though? Yeah, Ali Khan can't bowl. You can feel the tension in this game, though, man. You really can. You can feel the tension. 17.2 overs down, so we've got 16 balls left. 16 balls left here for the Americans to get through. Swing and a miss. And they'll call a wide. They will call a wide. That's the first wide of the game. Kudos to the Americans for only giving up 1 wide throughout this game so far. Massive kudos there. Kumar, 51. Face score 46 for 4 through the power play, 1 to 6, 7.67 run rate. Then in the 7 to 14th over, they were 40 for 2. So 5 run rate. Now they're at that 12 run rate in that next period. Next bowl. Swing. Single. ICC tournaments are best when it's not hosted in Asian countries. As passionate as the Sun continent is, the planning and hype for tournaments overall is poor there compared to Australia, England, and New Zealand. Absolutely. Absolutely. And also the broadcast is way better overseas. Tell me I'm wrong. Feels like so many injuries. Didn't that Netherlands player hurt himself putting his knee in that pitch? I was streaming the NRL at that time, so I wasn't unfortunately able to watch it. Paul said, that's right. Sean, India's the T20 leaders by a couple of points. Every country would love to beat them. Yeah, regardless of points, every country would love to beat them, especially here in India. But they are pretty convincing leaders coming into this World Cup. Like, convincing. Next ball. Double. The pitch definitely looks tough. They're losing wickets constantly. It's going to be tough for USA. Well, we don't know yet, Cyril, because it doesn't look tough. I don't agree. I don't think this pitch looks tough at all. And Mumbai's not known to be that tough of a pitch in regards to the batting. I think that India came in really complacent. You've seen them be a lot more protective with it, and they haven't looked worried. When they've been a lot more protected with their wicket, India have looked pretty normal and pretty good. But when they've gotten just out of hand and gone for big swings, they've fallen apart. Good bowling there. Dot ball again from Shubham. Oh no, there's another injury here for America. Chris, who's been USA's best bowler? Schwick. What's his name? Called Schwick or something? He's been great. He was unreal. Where is he? Hold on. Van Schalkwijk. Shadley Van Schalkwijk has been their best bowler for sure. Right now, he is 3 overs down, 13 runs given up, with 3 wickets at a 4.33 economy and 9 dot balls. That's unbelievable stuff from Van Schalkwijk. You're only saying it's tough because India are batting, not how you thought it would play out, Serial. Seriously, just take accountability. You're playing the United States, stop making excuses. I don't think this is tough. If India power through them, I still don't think that it's tough. I think that it's just that India's bowling is going to be too good for him. He has another over left. Yeah, he does, Jazz, but how good's he been? How good's he been? Just kind of quick. The accountability is definitely needed here. So Arshdeep on 4, Sadiq Kama on 52. One more ball left here of this over. US might be able to restrict India under 150. If they can keep under 150, that is spectacular. We did say this before the stream started, or before the game started during the stream. We did say they keep them under 150. That's a success for them regardless. They will fancy themselves against Pakistan, America. But Ali Khan being out potentially would hurt them because they play against Pakistan on Monday or Tuesday. No Hoffer for the World Cup is tough man. Our bowling is depleted as. Yep, no Hoffer. No Paddy Cummins. No, that does hurt. We need our batters to really turn up. Travis Head has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. A lot of pressures. A lot of pressure on his damn well shoulders. Oh, okay. My stream is going to pause. They got no bowlers left. Here is where India get over 150. Yeah, that's true. Another injury there will give India a good chance to give it a bit of a whack. Well, Van Schalkwijk, they do actually have Van Schalkwijk still with another over. And they've only got 2 more overs to go here. You're going to have to make a decision here for this final ball. Van Schalkwijk can still bowl one. And then I guess they're going to have to go with Netralavalka for his final. Space Garage says, I told you the biggest challenge for small teams would be injury management. I don't know if I ever disagreed with you. I also can't remember you saying this, but I also don't think I would have ever disagreed with you. Who ever disagreed with you there? Of course the smaller teams are going to struggle with injury management because they're not going to have the depth in comparison. I don't know if there would have ever been an argument against what you said if you did say this. Does come in at 1:30. Well, we'll see. We will see. My stream's playing up a little bit right now. I still haven't been able to see this final ball. So Shubham is going to bowl this. Van Skalkwik sounds quite English. Van Skalkwik is actually South African. How does Van Skalkwik sound English? Van Skalkwik? He told me good, Jay. I don't remember it happening, but also no one would disagree with him. We're still waiting for this. Sorry, guys. I'm not able to commentate that bowl. But we're actually in the 18.1 now. It's 7 for 128. It is 7 for 128. Sorry, my stream's gone down a little bit here. Mate, I'm not Indian. I am South African fan. I want USA to win. Oh, well, there you go. South African fan. We'll see you guys play on Monday, correct? I think on Monday. Is this correct, by the way? Because I'm just trying to get this stream back underway. So 7 for 128 through 8. Yeah, it is through 18.1. Sorry, we're just trying to get this back rocking and rolling. It's a little bit stupid right now. Everything's messing up, but at least it's just the final 2 overs here as we try and sort this out. You've got Netravalka and you've also got Van Skalkwik. 18.2. There is a 4. There is a 4. Yeah, this has gone well behind the actual game now, so I'm actually keeping myself updated through this. 7-1-32. And Suryakama Yadav with 56 not out. 56 not out. I was using Amazon, but like I had to use a number and whatnot, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do it in time for tonight, so we'll have it ready by tomorrow, but right now we're just trying to get this all sorted. Okay, there we go. We're back underway now. So Van Skalkwik is bowling. He gave up that 4, but it'll be 2 dot balls in the other 2 balls. Next ball coming in. Swing. That is a big 6. That's a 6 there for Suryakama Yadav, and he'll get past the 60 slammer. So it'll be 144. They've still got 8 more balls to go here. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, sorry guys, my whole audio cut out here as well, but no, we're back. So Yadav got a 6 there, but if you go back to when he got dropped on 15, well, we swing for a single. This is like a shopping mall for the English team selectors. Yeah. Look, you're right because I don't know who is English and actually plays for England. I agree with your early comment, BKR, about the commentators in Asia. Horrific. Did I say something about the commentators in Asia? Space Garage, I don't know why you dropped that comment in as if like you're telling me. You told me, and then you don't reply to me saying, well, I don't think this conversation, 1, ever happened, but also 2, and no one would disagree with you. Why have you dropped that comment with like an ego push? As if you're saying something that people would disagree with you with. No one would disagree with you there. That's a wad. That's a wad. No, my entire headset thing cut out, but we're back now. It's all good. 8th wicket partnership, 22 or 15. They want Yadav on strike. They do not want Yadav off of strike here because he has been glorious today. He's been glorious. Did you just say it before? Just move on. Oh, that's going to be a shot up in the air. He should be gone. He's caught. Arshdeep is gone on 4. Arshdeep is gone on 4. And it's 140 for 8. With 6 more balls to go. Huge way to end that over. Suryakama Yadav will come on strike, but Arshdeep is gone. And it's 140 for 8. I can't see the follow-up comment here from Space Garage. Bro's holding an agenda on Blaze for a comment he didn't even make initially. No, but the thing is, I don't see his next comment. If there is another comment, unless he only put that one comment there, I can only see one comment of his. But there's no way that he's holding me. There's no way he's holding me for whatever he thinks in regards to like me saying that minnow teams wouldn't struggle in regards to depth. That's effectively what he's saying. He's saying that smaller teams would be done with injury management. Like, that's a Sherlock Holmes statement. That's a no shit Sherlock kind of deal. Like, of course. No one would have ever disagreed with that. Like, ever. Like, in what world was that ever disagreed with? I don't get it. So 1 over to go here. It's Varun Chakravarthi. Varun. Netravalka, he'll be the final over here. He's given up 44 runs through 33, for 3 overs, and he'll give up a 4 here, so he's been expensive here, Netravalka. He has probably been their worst bowler. Yeah, no, they don't have anybody else. No, not this bowler, he sucks. He does, but they don't have anybody else. Everybody else is injured. Ali Khan injured. Shubham injured. They've already gone through Van Skalkwik. They have to bowl him. It's all they've got. Mohammad Moshin has already bowled his 4 overs. Yeah, Shubham, Hamid Sinj bowled his 4 overs, and Shubham and Ali Khan both injured on 2 overs. Sorry. But bowl what spinner? They don't have any more spinners. Moshin and Hamid Sinj both did their 4 overs. They've already done their spinners. Second ball here. He goes for a big swing and he will get a 6. Yeah, Netravalka is not a good bowler, dude. He has been absolutely smashed in this game and is allowing India to get back up to that 170 region. So 150 for 8. Suryakama Yadav has absolutely saved India in a huge embarrassment here today. They get 160 still. Well, USA shouldn't have dropped him. Gosh damn it. Yeah, he got dropped on 15. He got dropped on 15. They can get 170 still, dude. Like, Suryakama Yadav could still go and hit some 6s and get 3 6s and a 4. And God forbid they give up a no ball. God forbid. So the 150 comes up. Most runs so far in the World Cup. He is in first with 73. Hetmia was on 64 for the West Indies. Next bolt. And that's a 6. They can still get 170. This guy sucks, bro. I'm sorry. Netravalka is awful. He's awful. Through 2.3 overs, he has given up 60 runs. Through 2.3 overs, he has given up 60 runs. I already predicted 160. I won. Most people predicted 160. What's happening in the chat right now? What are we doing? What's happening here? We got someone talking about like a no shit Sherlock comment of the lesser minnow teams are going to struggle with depth effectively, and now we've got someone claiming they're the only one who predicted 160. I agreed with you, guys. Am I on? Is my microphone working? Is my microphone working right now, or I don't understand what's happening. So 156 for 8 with 3 balls to go here, and that is going to be another 4. 170 is still on here, so they're on 160 for 8. 160 for 8. The 170 is still on. It's the bowler. He absolutely sucks. Probably threw any chance away for the USA. Definitely did. He's 64 runs through 2.4 overs. Sorry, 3.4 overs. His economy is 17.45. 17.45. His economy is putrid right now. Well, now New Zealand are going to be chasing about 170. Is there a crime to be solved? Plenty of Sherlocks in the chat. Plenty of Sherlocks. Sherlock Holmes here. Get a bit of Watson involved. Maybe I'm Watson. So, is my microphone working? Oh, swing, and it will be a dot ball. So now the 170 is off. Suryakama, Yadav on 83. Varun will not see the strike. 17 economy is disgusting through 4 overs. Chris says he's as good as that Aussie breakdancer. Aussie breakdancer. Well, do you remember who actually won? Here's a question for you, Chris. Did you remember who actually won the breakdancing competition? Or will you always remember the Aussie breakdancer? Who really won? Who really won? Can you believe the score prediction still has USA 56% win? Again, it's not providing the context on the two teams overall. It is just simply talking about specifically the score itself. Oh, okay, so there's going to be a wicket there on the final ball, but they will get 1 run. Netravalka was absolutely horrific today. 65 runs through 4 overs. It's 161 for 9. Who was the one who got out just then? Was that Yadav? No, it wasn't. I think it was... Who did that? Who got out just then with the run out? Surely Yadav didn't get out there on that run out just then. 161, I predicted 160 when they were 102. Okay, Serial, bro, we were all on the same path, bro. It's not like it was like a surprise. We were all talking 150, 160, 170 kind of deal. I said 160 odd, 170 odd. Like, it's not. This is what we all said. Hello, is the microphone working? Hello, hello. Knock, knock. I'm just making sure that we are good here. Well, India saved themselves from a complete embarrassment here and make it a tough enough chase here for the USA. Still an embarrassing game here for India, but with that being said, you know, at least they've got the job done here, you would assume. Surely USA don't come back to win this one, but look, anything can happen, I guess. I'm just trying to figure out who got out just then. I want to see who gets credited with the wicket. I predicted something around 150, but thanks to that clueless bowler, they got a bit more. Exactly right, Paul. Well, look, if Ali Khan or Shubman Ranjan was able to bowl, it would have probably been more so around that 150. Sounded like a call centre mic for a sec. Good, mate. Maybe it is. Oh, Varun got out. Thank you, AJ. So I was going to say, I really hope it wasn't Yadav, because that would have been so rough to see him with a wicket when he wasn't out, even though he was dropped. But there we go, guys. That is the first innings done. And now I'm going to jump up and have a bit of a stretch around and hopefully get my microphone working. Cyril says, no, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just bragging. Brag away, Cyril. But obviously this channel, we do take the piss and have a bit of a laugh and banter and watch the game together and commentate it, but also take the piss and whatnot. So when you do brag, you're going to get slapped down. But the thing is, if it was something that was very niche, like if you had said India will get out for 161 pre-game, you wouldn't have got bagged. But you said 160 at the same time that everyone else was around the 150, 160, 170 mark. It's like, well, you know, it's all kind of together there, but it's all a bit of a laugh, mate. Mason says, I still believe we will chase this. You have a lot of faith. We did chase down 160 against Pakistan in difficult conditions. Yeah, this is a bit of a different team. But anyway, we will see, mate. So, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Go grab yourself a drink. Go get yourself something to eat, because we've got a gangbuster USA chase coming up of 161. They're going to chase 162 to win. We've got a gangbuster chase coming up, and America is more known for their batting than their bowling. They'd just be so disappointed that they dropped Suryakama Yadav on 15. So disappointing, because if you catch him on 15, which he should have been caught, that's an extra 59 runs again. So let's take 60 runs off their score. They're 100. They would have been all gone for 100. They would have been all done for 100 runs. If you take out and assume that Yadav gets caught when he should have been caught. There was like 3 or 4 dropped catches for the Americans in this. Well, But anyway, guys, I'm going to go have a bit of a stretch and get myself another drink and fire up here for this finale. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, let's do this. We've got Real Fan Sport here, mate. What a time to be alive for you lot, eh? What a time to be alive for you lot, at least in the first. At least in the first, then, 15 overs. Guys are looking pretty, but dropping Studio Kami it up on 15, that's what slapped you. That's what slapped you good. That slapped you good. Brenton says Aussie dollar is peak exchange rate at the moment in Bali and Thailand. Beautiful, because I'm going to be, well, actually, no, I won't be in Indonesia until, like June. But when I'm there, late May, June. But still, won't be too different from then. Real Fan Sports says, man, if Ali Khan didn't go out, I think we would have had a chance. If Ali Khan or Shubhan didn't go out, you would have had a chance. But dropping Studio Kama on 15, that's what slapped ya. That's what slapped ya. Take 60 runs off the score, and India would be all out for 100. All out for 100. Your feeling is what let you guys down, absolutely. Yeah. We do, Sean. I also do intend a trek in your area-ish. We'll have to catch up during a massive cricket tournament when I'm around there, bud. Oh, God help you. Oh, no, that's a scary time to be alive, those two together. Oh, yeah, for sure, that too. But even with the fielding mistakes, we were doing all right. No, the fielding mistake is what's cost you. The 15... Surya Kama was dropped on 15. He was dropped on 15, man. That's what's cost you here. Yes, that late bowling was poor, but that's what's cost you. AJ says Netravalka got himself a record, most expensive in T20 World Cup, breaking nearly 20-year-old record. It was awful. Everybody else was bowling so well for America, and then Netravalka goes up and gives over 60 runs in 4 overs. Like, his economy was like 16-17, bro. It's ridiculous. He gave up an economy of 16.25. Everybody else was at 6.5. Shadley Van Shadquick was 6.25. Mohammad Bashin 4. Shubhan Ranjan at 8. And Harmeet Singh at 6.5. But anyway, here we go. The Americans. It's their time to bat. It's their time to have a crack. Guys, if you have not already, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We are going to be live for 95% of the Cricket World Cup. We will be here. We'll be live for every game tomorrow, every game on Monday, every game on Tuesday, every game on Wednesday. I mean, I think we only miss maybe one game on Thursday. It's just the weekends that hurt us a little bit. But luckily, when it gets to the Super 8 and the finals and whatnot, it's all when the NRL is finished for the day. So we won't miss a single finals game. There's only a couple of games and whatnot, the group stages that we do miss. But Arshdeep Singh, she's going to be the one bowling. Left arm, medium fast. Let's go. Here we go. America cannot lose a wicket in the first 2 overs, otherwise it's done and dusted, lads. $1.20 odds for India, $4 odds for the USA. They were 26-1 before the game started, so tells you a lot. Got a prediction for the first upset. Well, I predicted Afghanistan to beat New Zealand early in the week. On Tuesday when I put a video out. Thursday. When I put a video out, I predicted to... Actually, no, it was yesterday when I did a live stream and I predicted Afghanistan to beat New Zealand, yeah. But Goose is going to be the one batting, and he will get a dot ball to start off with here. Did someone say that India was paying $1.30 odds before? Who got on to that one? Yeah, that would have been massive. If it was $2.30 odds for India at any stage, you get on that every day of the week. You get on that every single day of the damn well week. It's just... Hey, Serial, can we change your name? It's just so weird looking at my chat and seeing Serial Impregnator in my chat. Like, it's just such an odd name. Is there any chance you could change your name so I don't have to read that out? Next bowl. Oh, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. India went up to $1.77 from $1.02, yeah. Serial says, Afghanistan can definitely beat New Zealand at the pitch support spin. Well, is it in Sri Lanka or is it in India? No, because the game in Sri Lanka tomorrow is Sri Lanka. New Zealand cricket, where is it? New Zealand, it's in... Oh, I think it's in Chennai. Shatij, can you give us an update? How's the stadium at Chennai? In M.A. Chidambaram Stadium. And that's going to be another dot ball. I do think they just need to settle through a real couple of overs here. because I don't know too much about the old Chennai pitch. Chennai? At $1.77, you would have definitely been jumping on that. 100%. Chennai is the home of spin in India, back in Afghanistan. Well, I backed Afghanistan midweek, so yeah, I like it. New Zealand didn't look fantastic in that series against India, and then did struggle, and then gave up 200 runs to the USA in the World Cup warm-up matches. Another dot ball here. Sweat was higher. I don't think so, Brenton. I'd probably lean with Kshitij one. I don't think that America would have ever been favourites. Surely not. Surely not. That's right. Arshdeep Singh in 2024 was 4 for 9 in his bowling against the Americans. 4 for 9's crazy. So 4 dot balls to start us off here. To be fair, that's how India started. Another dot ball though. India hit a 6 on that ball. No, it's a wide. Maybe you were right. Really? I don't know if I ever would have thought that I would see India not as the favourites, because then that would have pushed USA to $1.70. That would have been ridiculous. If anyone had a bet on USA to $1.70, there is no value in that with the risk involved. No value whatsoever. I don't think they would have ever been favourites, even though the WinViz was predicting them, I guess, favourite, but that would have been amazing to jump on $2.30 odds at any stage of this game for India. Amazing stuff. Next bowl. Swing, and they'll get a single. So that'll be their first actual run. They already had a wide, but that'll be their first actual run. No, it's going to be a leg bye. Leg bye. Umpire standing in his 61st T20I. Paul says, I was checking odds. The worst I saw India was $1.86 around when they lost 6 wickets. Yeah, that would make sense. Now, if Suryakuma Yadav got out at 15, then we would have seen USA at like $1.50, I reckon. I really do. Maybe not $1.50, $1.70, because you would have still backed in the Indian bowling. So maybe $1.70. I could only have seen the favouritism go to America if they had got Yadav out in 15 like they should have. Next bowl. Nah, 4 for 65. No way. No way would the odds have been $2.30 then. No way. So good over there for India, and also not a bad over there for America. They'll take the 2 runs to the first over. I don't think they have the ability to chase down the 161 from what I've just seen there. However, they'll take it. The required run rate is 8.42. It's still a really good chase here. Suryakuma Yadav saved India's bacon today. Definitely at 465, the live odds were around $1.32, yeah. It still would have been heavy favouritism for India at that point. I think Brenton's drunk. He's drunk because he had to get drunk after the Knights game today. Mohammad Siraj. He'll come in for an over. A success here for America. In the bowling, already happened for the most part. In the batting, it would be for them to not get all out. Because I don't see them chasing 160. A positive with them to not be all out. That's a wide. That's a wide. Oh, wow, they haven't called it a wide? Fair enough. My friend backed India for 10k before the match at $1.03. That's just stupid. And asked me to put some amount on India too, seeing this is an opportunity to earn some interest in 3 hours. That might be the dumbest bet I've ever seen in my life, Shatish. It might be the dumbest bet. Because you are risking so much for so little. What do you win? $30? Is that $30? Or is that, no, is that $300? What is that? Is 10k... Oh, is that a 6? Dude, he sent that into the pavilion, son. That's a 6 for Goo. How do you pronounce this? Gauss? Goose? Galucidus? Goose has gone into the 6. And that's huge there. $300. Okay, fair enough. But still, I feel like that's so stupid because we do know that these upsets can happen. He would have been shitting himself. Shitting himself at one stage. Siraj has just been sent packing there for a 6. Can someone tell me how to pronounce his name? Is it Gauss or Goose? Gauss, USA Cricket. I want to know how to pronounce this. Andre Gals. Oh, it's going to be like, it's South African, so it's going to be like a Gals. Yeah, he's Andres Gals is a South African-born American cricketer who plays for the Washington Freedom. It's definitely, well, he is South African. It's going to be like a Gals. Goose. And that's going to be like Andre. I believe you should only do the 10k bets live after you've watched to see and make sure there is no rigging in the sports, yeah? There's no way India would be rigging this. It'd be too embarrassing for him. And he's gone. Ghost is gone. He hits the 6, and there's the wicket. And they don't get through the first 2 overs without a wicket. He was pooping when India was 6 down. Yeah, for sure. Goose. Thank you, Siri, because remember you were South African. Yeah, Goose. 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 You know, I can do a lot of accents in this world. The one accent that I really, really find tough to do is South African. I cannot do a Safa accent. It's like the most problematic accent out of all the accents in the world. So 8 for 1 here. 8 for 1. It is a wicket for Goose. Goose is crash and burn. Yeah, at least he got a 6. At least he got some excitement there. At least you got some excitement. Unfortunately, Cyril, I think Jay has told you out because you may have called that wicket before you heard me commentate it. So a rule on the channel, bro, is that some people use us as a commentator, so they don't actually get to watch the game. So you've probably been timed out for maybe doing it too early. I don't know. Jay said sorry, so I might be wrong here. But Jay has said sorry for some reason. Are you sure you're not an Indian fan? You seem too happy about India winning versus an associate nation as a Safa. Valid conversation. Valid question there. What a goose calling it early. And they will get a single from that. Once it'll be 9 for 1. Yeah, you've got to wait, otherwise you get timed out for 5 minutes if that's what Jay's done there. Yeah, I find it really silly, Duraz. I think he thinks he's really smart. Not you, Satish. I think Satish's mate thinks he's really intelligent doing that, but it's actually really stupid. It should be a no-brainer guarantee, but there are so many times in world sport do we see no-brainer guarantees turn into an absolute shitfest, which is what we've nearly seen here today. If Yadav gets caught on 15, I think he loses his bet. That's how thin that's going to go for a measly $300 off of 10k. And that's a 4. That's going to go for... Is it going to have enough distance on it? No, it's not. It's probably going to be 3 runs, though. No, just the 2. Just the 2 runs. Good hit, though. Pakistan only lost at $1.02 odds today as well. Exactly right. Again, he's probably going to win his bet, but at what mental cost? At what mental cost? Because this is going to be just a stress fest. Can you tell your friend that we collectively, and I think I speak on behalf of people here, that we collectively say, please don't do that shit ever again. It's not worth it. For $300, you're going to risk 10k for $300? 10k for $300. Oh, Jay. You're an idiot. Oh, dear me. He saw this as an opportunity to earn some interest. That's what he said. No, I get what he's saying, but I think it's still extremely stupid, just like that shot is. That is a wicket. Manank is gone on a duck. He's gone on a golden duck. Arshdeep, he got his wicket. It's 1 for 1 through 1.1 for Arshdeep, and America, no chance. He was optimistic India would score above 250 and then USA wouldn't stand a chance. Sure, but $300 from 10k is just not worth it. The elevator costs much less than 10k. Oh, sort it out then, Shatish. Now we're talking. Even more reason. Exactly right. Now we're talking. Paul says, in women's cricket, I've seen $0.001 odds lose. Yep, I have. Yeah, in tennis, it happens all the time. In tennis, it happens literally every day. Literally every day. You see, some random tournament in Czech, some cat will lose at $0.001 kind of deal. You see, like, random shit over there. Anyway, 2 wickets down. America's got no chance to win this game, but they showed some fight. They made this game at least interesting. At least they made the game interesting. But what this does is it tells teams like Australia, it tells teams like England, it tells teams like South Africa, it tells teams like Pakistan and New Zealand. Pakistan shouldn't be talking, but it tells these teams India and Pakistan are vulnerable. It tells these teams that India is vulnerable, and that if you're up to the task, you can come to play here against India, and you can get a surprise victory. There'll be a single there for Milind. It shows that if you come to play, you can do it. Gerard says, what's something that a person can bet on that would be labelled as addictive? Table tennis, preseason games in any sport. Preseason games is a great start. But no, the biggest addiction can be seen when you're betting on like League 2 croquet in Serbia at 3 in the morning. That's what people do. Or if you're an Australian betting on the English horse races at 1 in the morning, or the French horse races that goes for like 5,000 metres, and you're up at 2 in the morning betting on that, you are addicted. You are very much a gambling addict. I'm sorry, but there's no two ways about it. If you know anything about table tennis Eredivisie in the Netherlands, you are addicted to sports gambling. Paul says, I've bet on the hot dog eating contest in the 4th of July in the USA. It was $1.07 odds and I won. Sure, but that's a bit of a novelty bet. I don't necessarily think that would be a gambling addiction per se, because that's a bit of a novelty bet. You're having a bit of a laugh. You can say you did it kind of deal. But no one gives a shit if you're betting on badminton in Bulgaria in Division 3. Foot badminton in Vietnam. Yeah. If you're betting on that, it's a problem. There's a problem there. Because that would be on at probably like midnight, 11 p.m. Australian time. And that'll be a dot ball. If you're getting on your betting account at any time after like 10 p.m. and it's not to bet on the next day's games, you're addicted. And also, if you're doing it for the next game's days, you're addicted anyway. But if you're not betting on the next day's games for the sport that you choose to watch as your main, then that's a sign. I didn't even know that would exist. Yeah, neither did Brenton. He asked me what the national sport was of Vietnam, and I had to Google it. That's a dot ball, Mukamala. We'll get done on the dot ball, and it's 1 for 2. Yeah, they're celebrating now in the crowd, aren't they? They were very quiet before. Now they're very loud in the crowd. Now they're very loud in the crowd. Why have we got an American accent advertising an Indian restaurant in India? Gambling ads should be banned. I've had to stay strong by my morals and my ethics to not take sports gambling advertisements here on these streams, I'll tell you that. They offer a lot. They do. They offer a lot, but I've had to stay strong, mate, so you should give me credit for that. So unfortunately, teams use it to promote it on their jerseys and sponsors. It's hard to do, but they should. Yeah, well, the Titans, we have the lottery offers, which is quite literally gambling. They'll be knocked in behind just for a single there. Just for a tricky little single. Foot badminton. What a time to play. What a sport to play. You doing a stream for the Super Bowl on Monday? No. 1, super early for me. Also 2, no point. There's no point. I'm not an NFL content creator. What would be the point of it? Strongly agree. Gambling ads should be banned. Young minds are targeted and create a lifelong habit. Yeah. Oh, it's a shot over the top, right into the hands of the Indian fielder. And that is another wicket. Mukamala is gone. Sharks have points bet from before. Yep. Isn't it still points bet stadium? Lotto land for Manly. before, but that is another wicket. They're 13 for 3. They won't even get 50. I think I called that too, didn't I? Didn't I say that USA could easily be done for under 50? Dry says, Paul, I was a bit addicted, like I never betted crazy, but I spent a lot of time on betting apps at the start, and screen time on it was insane. It was very unhealthy. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there before. They stopped tobacco sponsorship a long time ago. When are they going to start advertising the old vapes? It's not a part of the channel content. It's the only time I watch the NFL. Yeah, exactly. And there's just no point because you get subscribers who are NFL fans and then they'll be like, well, why did I subscribe? There's no point to subscribing here because you don't create NFL content. And then it just creates either a dead sub or they unsubscribe. It's like it's completely pointless. I'll watch the game. I can enjoy the game without needing to stream it. And we're going to be live for 3 games that day anyway. Like on that day, we will be live for 3 games, which will be, that's on Monday, which will be Scotland, Italy, Zimbabwe, Oman, and South Africa, Canada. So not great games, but we will be live for all 3 of them. I wonder what our stream views are going to be like for those. At least they're on good times for Australians for the first 2. Or first 1 at least. Scotland, Italy. Oh, jeez. What an awful game that's going to be. And then Zimbabwe, Oman. Zimbabwe will win that. This might be a stupid question, but what's a sport that's hard to bet on? For me, NBA, a lot of underdogs win. NRL's pretty hard. I would say baseball. Baseball's the hardest because you have to know the pitcher. There's pitching battles and pitching changes and batters in and batters out and where are they playing? What day is it of the series? Are they playing their first game of the series? Are they playing their second game of the series? What about the third or the fourth game of the away trip or the home trip? You know, is this pitch today? What's the weather like? Is it going to be extremely cold in Chicago, or is it going to be really hot in LA? Or there's so many impacts that come into watching baseball and betting on baseball. You got good views again for the preseason games. Yeah, considering that preseason you don't usually get decent views. No, we've done well. It's because we've built the NRL on this channel. Cricket will eventually get there. It's just you need to be consistent across it. The problem with people on YouTube and content creation wise is they're not consistent like I am or a lot of others. Like if you see someone who's big, if you see someone getting good views or getting good numbers on their Instagram and Facebook, it's because they've worked for it. They don't just get it for absolutely nothing. Mason says, oh, we screwed up. Yeah, well, this is the thing. This was an expectation, Mason. This was the expectation, bro. You know, America just weren't winning this. This is why, even when India looked at a horrible total, the Indians were still an amazing favourite. Even if they had have gotten, Kumar out for 15, they're definitely going to struggle to get to 100 here. Definitely going to struggle to get to 100. This is the difference. There is levels to international sport. There is levels to this. And that's why we were so shocked. That's why my mouth was open. That's why we were so surprised with what we were watching, because that was never expected to see what we saw in the opening, 10, 15 overs. Hainsey is always on his phone when he streams. Yeah, but there's a reason why his channel doesn't grow at the same pace and same level as, say, what we do. And that's not an insult, because I love Hainsey as a bloke. Like, he's got his pros and cons, for sure. We all do. But you can see why his growth isn't there, because he's not consistent and the quality is a little bit different overall. And that happens with the majority, but at least he is consistently there. He's just not consistent with his content in general, but he is consistently online. My opinion is you're addicted if you start thinking about paying bills by expecting to win your bets. Yep, that's 100%. That's 100%. And that's not an addiction. That's past an addiction, bro. You're going down a dark path. That's like past the basics of addiction. On his phone. Not doing that. No, I love him. Like, he means well. He makes mistakes, but he means well. But then again, I make mistakes. And I know I mean well. Everyone does. Everyone makes mistakes. But it's how you bounce back from it. I've always had problems on betting on NBA since 2000s. Next would be MLB. Major League Baseball's way harder than the NBA, bro. Take it from someone who watches both. Baseball's way more difficult. Anything around $1.30 just keeps losing. $1.30, there's no guarantee because there's so many different things at hand. Also, is this batter hot? Is this batter cold? Is this pitcher hot? Is he cold? How's their closing? Is their openers good, or are they meant to win this game through the closers or the relievers? And how about the closers, the relievers, and the openers of the opposite team that you're not betting on? When do these games usually get won by this team? There's so many different impacts in regards to baseball. Hainsey gets a lot of hate unnecessarily, though, on his TikTok comments. Like, it can be warranted for being cocky on Roosters, but people always make fun too much instead of a normal banter. A conversation that I once had with AJ Brimson is, and this is when I was talking to him about, like, the banter I was having with players and whatnot, is that, like, it's completely fine, and loved it. He loved it, and the boys love it, but live by the sword, die by the sword. And Hainsey is a prime example of live by the sword, die by the sword. 15 for 3 through 4 overs here. Arshdeep is coming in for a bolt. He's 1 for 2 through 2 overs so far. Live by the sword, die by the sword. If you're going to... Oh, nearly an amazing catch. It's only going to be a single. That's a really amazing attempt there to catch it, but it will be a drop in the end. If you're going to talk shit, you have to receive shit. And Hainsey does talk shit, so he receives shit. He does cop a little bit too much, but that's also because you don't see what he's done in, say, like Facebook groups, like the Dribblers 2.0 and all that type of shit, which is associated with Hello Sport. And he's got a reputation for, like, going off at referees, like, full blown and kind of shit. So he does earn it, but also there is a lot of unnecessary stuff too. I don't really like the NBA. Last year I saw Miami lose when they started the last quarter with a 23-point lead. It was the first time in 760 games with such a lead to lose in modern era. Well, that's definitely changed because we see that quite consistently a lot nowadays. Like, we see a lot of teams that are up by 20 points actually fall away and lose the game, to be fair now. 3 for 19. The required run rate is 9.33. They are well behind that. It's 143 runs needed from 92 balls for the Americans. It's looking a little bit too tough as we currently speak, especially with 3 wickets down. It's looking pretty tough right now. Pretty tough. Pretty tough. Hainsey doesn't mean well. It is an art to talk for so long during a game. Yeah. He gives it a crack, mate. Gives it a crack. 3 for 23. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we are talking US of A, son. Now we are talking. Now we are talking. Hold on, I'm just checking something here on the computer. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, Melin Kumar with a boundary there. So 5 overs down. And it's 3 for 24. The wickets is what's hurting them the most right now. When predicted now up to 81% in your favour. It's basically 100%, bro. That's just what's happening. And there we go. I don't get those people who bet on futures like dogs to miss the 8. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. I think it's so pointless. It's like, yeah, sure, you can win money, but it's just sitting there for so long. Like now. But I don't do that anymore. Anyway, we'll move off the conversation of gambling because I hate gambling nowadays. I hate it. Content creator Shauno. Oh, Entertain House. Here we go. Who's talking about House? Hold on, I'm just getting a different cricket stream up here. I'm just fixing this so that I've got this on. It's 23 for 3. Oh my goodness me! Let me unmute it because VIPbox.tv is currently messing up. I definitely will have my Amazon Prime sorted by tomorrow. Do you have a best friend in the content? not really, mate. I do my own thing. Oh my goodness me! Let me unmute this. There's so many ads on this website. Oh my goodness me! It's not letting me unmute it. Okay, next bowl, and that will be chopped in just for a single. Oh my goodness me! There's actually like 4 million ads. You can't actually unmute this. Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. That was stupid. Jaden 10 for today's game. Yeah, not surprising there, Brenton. Not surprising. I don't get the. I've already read that. I don't know. Someone. Oh, I'm keen for Entertainer's ladder video since he has eels in the top 4 now. Oh, God help us. I didn't see that comment. I didn't see that. Now I've seen that. He'll have him like 1. He'll have him 1 or 2. You watch. You watch him do it. He'll do it. This is a great power play here for India. Current run rate is 4.8. Required run rate is 9.2. They need someone to really just put in a shift and turn this game on its head from the USA. They need someone to create a miracle. And it's going to be Mohammad Siraj, who has 2 wickets. Could you imagine Bumrah in this game? Bumrah would have just absolutely slaughtered the Americans bowling-wise. And that will be a single. Now, you have a lot of mates, but like probably my closest friend that I have in the content would be Jesse from BKRsport 2.0. I love him. He's such a good dude. He's such a troll dude. He's such a muppet, but I love him. Obviously, I used to have a pretty close friend, but clearly not anymore. Paul says, do you think there is a real psychological effect stealing defeat from the jaws of victory like the players of USA right now? I feel that they will stay negative for the next game and just lose. Yeah, it's a good shout. They had this game in a really good stead until Netravalka bowled. He gave up 60 runs to take him to the 100, and Yadav was dropped on 15, which could have been a win right there. That probably has impacted this game pretty dramatically. So yeah, it does probably have an impact for that game against Pakistan, but Pakistan are also a worry because they didn't look great today at all against the Netherlands. Yeah, Surya was just killing them on the leg side. Such an awkward shot that he still hit for 6 before. Actually, every shot we have for the sweep was so awkward. Oh my goodness me, this streaming service from looking at the chat is just India vs Pakistan Central. I've got someone saying we're going to eat every one of you. You need help. That'll be a single there. 26 for 3. I feel like once they break through the next wicket, they might roll them, eh? They might just roll through them once they get this next wicket. I think that'll be done and dusted from that point onwards. I don't see America surviving the next onslaught. Mohammad Siraj is 2 for 13. Yep, and now I've seen comments like Gundu Pakistani. I know what Gundu means. I was in India for 3 months. I know what that means. You're probably right. I thought 5 wickets and the rest will tumble for 10 more runs, but maybe 4th wicket will seal it. I reckon 4th wicket probably seals it. There's going to be a nice little boundary. So it's 30 for 3. Maybe we'll get a 4 there. Too early for America to declare. Declare away, soldier. Declare away. And they're going to get a single. At least they got some good runs here in this over. 5, 6, 7 runs off of the over. They still need a lot more. But they'll take it. And they're going to take the drinks break. Why was the drinks break 14 overs in and now 6 overs in? This is so weird. It's so weird right now. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is it not being done at the Why is it not being done at the 10 over mark? where we would normally see it. I don't understand. It's just so confusing. Is there like a reason for this? I still think it's a different game if Surya gets caught chasing 120 compared to 160. No, yeah, you're right. I think there is a good chance the US had to come back in that game. But as soon as Surya Kamayadav was able to go absolutely whack, you've seen America's heads go, see you later. Drinks break used to be every 10 overs from memory. That's what I'm saying, but there was a drinks break after 14 overs in the first innings, and now there's a drinks break after 6 overs in the second innings. It doesn't make sense. But now it's any time they feel like it. Yeah, weird, man. Weird. So that we can punch out this last bit of this game, I'm going to go quickly wash my face, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll be back in a moment. All right, feeling fresh, feeling vibrant, feeling ready to go here, lads. Feeling ready to go here. America going to come back like a train. Like a damn well train. That's what's going to happen. Dude, I really regret going to this other website, because the stream's good, but that chat is vile. And I've got like a pretty wild humor at times, but that chat is wild. It's ridiculous. Maybe the umps are secretly telling us this match won't last until the 10th over. That's a good shout. That is a good shout. So 5.17 is the current run rate. They need up around that 9.14 area. Melinda's on 16. Sunday's on 4. I've seen Indian streams of cricket. It's non-stop bird brain spam in chat. I'm watching this stream right now. The chat is quite literally just Pakistan versus India. But the chat is just ridiculous. Someone just commented, bro, chat's toxicated. You're welcome. Yeah, it's like every single comment is racial or religious based or calling people goat fornicators and shit. Like it's it's something else. And now I've got begging comments and all that sort of stuff. So Varun Chakravarthi is the one bowling right now. Next bowl. It'll be a single. But they need a lot more runs than these singles. Bring me that Afghanistan versus New Zealand game tomorrow. We're on for a good one, I reckon. We're on for a good one. You know what game could be a surprise for Australia? Australia versus Sri Lanka could be interesting. Sounds like a very intellectual chat. Oh no, it's something else, mate. it's definitely something else. I don't even know how to exit it, because if I exit it, it's just going to give me a million ads again. Again, dark humor I usually find quite funny. But there does come a point, like, I guess the dark humor comes from a different intention. This intention's not good. But the dark humor is usually from a comedy perspective. This isn't from a comedy perspective. Varun T20I wickets. Oh, okay, cool. It's already gone from the screen. Next bowl will be a dot ball. So only 3 runs from the over so far. So what's it looking like right now? So they need 126 runs from 78 balls. But no, I was actually impressed with the numbers that we found in that Bulldogs versus Cowboys game today, streaming-wise. Because that's in the gap, but it'll only be 2 runs. Because pre-season usually brings like maybe 1,500 people. But we got like 4,000. Now, if you go back 2 years ago, our peak streams in the regular season were like 4,000. Now, last year our peak streams we were hitting like 10k kind of deal, but if we're hitting 4,000 in the preseason for a Bulldogs Cowboys game, can you imagine like Broncos and stuff like that? Can you imagine when the Broncos play the Panthers in the regular season on Friday? I dead set think we're going to start to average on like the big games between 300 to 500 people this season. Seeing a lot of Dogs and Cows fans go over today's result, dearie me. Seeing people care about the preseason is wild to me in regards to results. So Axar Patel will come in for a bowl. 7 overs down, USA only on 36. Could you imagine if India beat USA here and then Pakistan did go and lose? Oh, that's a great delivery there from Axar Patel. Great delivery. And fun fact for you, 10% of our viewers today through the 4K, 4,500, 10% of our viewers were from guess which country? Guess which country were 10% of the 4,500 viewers of a preseason game? Next bowl. It's going to be single. Yeah, just single. Yeah, I can see those numbers happening, especially if more Yanks are watching. There's the one. It is the Americans. 10% of our viewers today were from the United States. Do you think perhaps the viewers might be from England? Because I think rugby league is getting a lot of popularity there. No, my viewers are from Australia and Papua New Guinea and New Zealand. England rugby league isn't that popular at all. Oh, he's going to get out of here for sure, surely. Oh, it's gone over the fielder very luckily. Single, 38 for 3. Chris is Mongolian. Yeah, Mongolia is the country, Chris. Yeah, we had the entire country of Mongolia watching the rugby league today. Yeah, they love it, mate. They love it. Will you be streaming the World Club Challenge? Duraz, what are you asking me this question for? Are you serious? Am I streaming it? What do you think? I'll ask you the question. Do you think I'm streaming the World Club Challenge or not? Apparently all the England teams have won since 2019. Is that true? Probably. The Panthers have never beaten an English team. But yeah, probably. With that being said, the Panthers game against, I think it was Wigan, was very dubious and controversial. Yes, is the answer, Duraz. I'll be live for every single rugby league game this year. Every single one. That'll be a dot ball there. Axar, good bowling. And... oh, that's a misfield that'll go through just for the single. Oof, good throw. They'll actually get 2 runs out of that. No, they'll get a single out of it. So they must not have gone for the run until it went past him. Macedonian, yeah. I had a lot of Mongolian and Macedonian viewers today alongside the Guatemalans. Many Tasmanians in the stream. I think I might be becoming on my spell. How would I know what state they're from? How on earth would I know what state people are from in my streams? Do you normally go for Australian teams in these, or does it matter really in these World Club Challenges games? I'd prefer to see Australia win. I would prefer to see Australia win. Varun. His next over. He got 5 runs in his first over. India would be pretty disappointed that they've had 30 balls here for no wicket. Just the one? Who's the one, Jay? Who's the one from Tasmania in my streams? Oh, that's out. That's out. Oh, no. Maybe a bit high? I didn't hear any bat on that, so it must have been a bit high. Yeah, someone in the comment over there saying how to click unmute stream. It's a great question because I had to click like 80 ads to get to unmute it. That would be a single. Jay, how the hell am I meant to know Tasmania? You're from Tasmania, but you used to be a Cowboys fan. You live in Perth, and now you go for the Titans. What do you want me to do here, Jay? You know, what are we doing? You expect me to know Tasmania, but you were a Cowboys fan from North Queensland and Townsville, but now you support the Gold Coast, and you live in Perth, China. Do you see the confusion here? Yeah, Malik would have had a heart attack from today's game, Duraz. Absolutely. Absolutely. He would have been he would have been shit scared. Because I was saying on my NRL stream, if they lose, I was unhiding him. I was gonna unhide him today. Could shut over the top, just get a single though. 41 for 3. I think a success for America here would be at least to get to 100. But it will also hurt. Yeah, it was high and missing. It was high and going down. Definitely missing. Oh my gosh, they're gonna get run out. Is he safe or is he out here? They'll review this. It's gonna be close. No, they're saying safe. Safe to say game is done for the Gringos. Gringos? Why are they the Gringos? Gringo is a Mexican word. But the game is done for sure. It's a very overconfident comment from you, Shatish. I saw a lot of a different attitude earlier on today. The attitude seems to have changed, sir. If Oz play Pakistan in the semis somehow, as you predicted, please unhide him for that stream. I will. I will. I will do that. But I don't. Like, the thing is that I know he still subscribes because he's going to be a cuckboy throughout. He's going to hate watch my streams. It doesn't hurt me. It's actually beneficial to me. But I know he's not watching now, though. If I type his name in, it's just Mason that comes up with the M. Because you can see who's watching if you put at and then the first two letters of their name. You can see who's watching. If you put in, like, say, for example, MA, you'll only get Mason, you won't get Malik. But if Malik was watching, you'd see his name there, even if he's hidden. She said, you sure you're not the one who betted 10k on India to win? If he did, he better be putting that elevator in. 100%. I'm just going to buy into it now, Jay. I'm going to buy into it. Every time he pisses us off, I'm just going to tell him to go fix the elevator. Shatish, every time you piss us off, you're getting an elevator joke. Absolutely not, Draz. If I would have done that, I would be pushing my heart down my throat. Yeah, like old mate. I'll be a singles. I'll be at 42 for 3. Fix your elevator, Shatish. Get a grip. Get the elevator in. For God's sake, I was so sick. I was sick as a dog in Jaipur, and you forced me to walk up all these steep stairs, unlocking the door and everything. Like 2 doors I have to unlock. Oh my gosh, get a grip. That must be a computer trick. I can't do the @ on my phone. Yeah, maybe. Maybe the case. Oh, that's a beautiful 6 from Malind. Wow, he's playing well here. That's 27 runs for him. Malind hits a 6. And they will get to 48 for 3. To 9.4. If there would have been space at my B&B, I would have surely installed one. Sounds like excuses to me, Shatish. Sounds like excuses. Need a red carpet from the airport too. The Delhi airport. I think we beat Sri Lanka, but that means Sri Lanka will be tough as. Yeah, but Sri Lanka did just lose to England, who only got 128. And they did lose 3-0 in that series. I want to see Sri Lanka play Ireland tomorrow. Be pretty cool to see Irish get a result there. Oh my gosh, another chance of another run out. It's going to be safe though. I think he's fine again, but ridiculous. Paul says, thanks for the call. I'll see you in the next game. It's almost 4 a.m. here. Yeah, fair enough, Paul. This game's all but done, basically. Tomorrow we'll be live for Afghanistan versus New Zealand, England versus Nepal, and then also Sri Lanka versus Ireland. Still don't know how Sri Lanka lost that last T20. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. Pop the old ears. USA need to get plenty more 6s where that came from if they want any chance here. He will be just safe. 114 runs from 61 balls. He's tried to open up there, and it'll just be a single. 10 overs gone. Hit that like button and subscribe. 10 overs gone here. The Indians cruising to victory now with their bowling, I would say. They're 2 batting well. these two batting well, but strike rate isn't enough. No, these two are holding in nicely and batting enough in regards to like consistency, but no, there's nowhere near enough on the strike rate. They need 113 runs from 60 balls. You know, they're up at nearly 10 runs and over. Actually, they'd be above 10 runs and over. What do they need? They're above the 10 runs per over. Ireland giving tough time to Sri Lankans tomorrow. Anybody think the same? I think Ireland will give them a crack. 4 a.m. Where would that be? That would be in New Zealand or Fiji's 6 hours in front of me, so that'd be 5:20. So yeah, 4:20 would be New Zealand, I'd say. Right, Paul, if you're still here? No, almost 4 a.m. Almost 4 a.m. Because in New South Wales, it's going to be nicked in behind for a 4. Very lucky shot there, but they'll get a 4 million. Here we get the 32. And they get past the 50 bomb. Good stuff, America. Get past the 50. It's 53 for 3. So 4 hours New South Wales is 12:20, 1:22, 23:20. I don't know where would be almost 4 a.m. Unless you're in New South Wales and you're taking 40 minutes as almost. The best state to raise. You bite your damn well tongue. Don't you start me on the origin. Don't you start me on this. New Zealand is 2 hours ahead. So New Zealand would be, same time as Fiji. So 5:24 right now. I'm trying to think of almost 4 a.m. I think he is New South Wales. But 40 minutes is a stretch to say almost. That's a pretty big stretch. Remember when England were defeated by the Netherlands at their own home ground? Yeah, but the English are easy to beat. I'm just going to check if Chris is still here. Yeah, see. Yeah, he is, Chris. I can see that you're still here, son. Get that into you, that insult towards England. Take that, buddy. And that's going to be a single. Probably a leg by. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, take that English insult. Do you remember when the Netherlands beat England in England? The Netherlands. They beat England in England. Well, we were. If America plays the game right, they can still win. They're not chasing this down, bro. They need a required run rate right now of over 10. Yeah, Paul's pulling a leg with nearly 4 a.m. They're going to review this India for an LBW. He drops an absolute gangbuster comment of it's nearly 4 a.m. We're now trying to do the mathematician work here, and it's not really making sense unless he lives in the middle of the Tasman Strait. That's way too high. Surely that's way too high here. That's hitting him up on the thigh, and I think it hits the bat anyway. Oh, no, it doesn't hit the bat, but I think that's going to be too high. That's hit him up in that middle section of the thigh. Like, surely that's going to be too high. That's going to be way too high. It's about 1,000,000 yards high. It's missing by like this. Yeah, Paul's giving us something interesting, I suppose, with this game being over. He must be living in American Samoa or something. We probably all got stoned before the game. Fair loss in that case. England is just Muppets, Chris. You'll come to know this. But we'll tell you a lot more about that in their game against Nepal tomorrow. I'll tell you a lot more about that. I'll explain it in depth for you if you'd like. I'll write a book about it. Get Martin Scorsese to make a movie about it. Be a great movie. Make a movie about the Ashes. That'd be a fantastic movie. Shatir says if that catch of Sky would have been dropped, India would have lost this game. I agree. If Suryakumar Dove was caught on 15, which she should have been, USA probably would have won this game. I've changed my opinion on that multiple times now, but these two guys are giving me confidence that America would have been able to win it. Oh, that's going to be slapped, but it won't be caught. I thought that was going to get caught by the man in the boundary, but it will drop in short. I was going to say he's on a certain... Okay. Really? That what we're doing? And your mate would have lost 10 kg. Probably makes him broke. then, so he can count himself a lucky man tonight. Yeah, well, at least Shatish can get a loan now for his elevator. Maybe India is going to win this contest, but this victory shouldn't be celebrated. I 100% agree. It should be a wake-up call for India. Those Origin streams going to be lit. Oh, mate, Origin's going to be ridiculous. The views we're going to get on Origin is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be full on in that chat. Like, full on. That's going to be a wide there. So 58 for 3. Again, you take the 60 runs. It's 59, but you take the 60 runs away from Yadav. It would have been... Well, if you take 59 runs, it would have been 102. So look at this from a perspective of USA are chasing 102 with 9.1 overs to go, and it's 57 for 3. And there's a 6. And that is a 6 from Sanjay. Wowee. That is a 6. These guys are batting really well right now. 99 more runs from 54 balls. It's not out of the equation if these guys can hit some more sixes. But they need to keep hitting boundaries. It's still not out of the equation if they can keep hitting these boundaries. Where were India at this point? Does anyone remember where India specifically were at this point? Just heard from my friend he has squared off his bet at the same odds he plays his bets on. He has squared off. Are you saying that he cashed out? Surely he would have lost money. But if you're putting that kind of money on, surely he's just... Or unless you're saying that he has covered it so that no matter what, he just gets his money back. Is that what you're saying? What's the point? Surely he cashed out at the same odds. Yeah, but cashing out at the same odds, he would have lost money. I don't... Or... He would have lost money if he cashed out at the same odds. I think he's having you on, bro. I don't think he's telling the truth. That doesn't make a great deal of sense. They're going to get a single out of that. Are you telling me you cash out 10k better on a $1.03 odds? Surely not. But also, what's the point? The cash out would be the same or slightly less value. It's $1.03 odds. Yeah, if it got back to $1.03, cashing out at that same price would lose you money. He backed India at $1.03 and then laid India at $1.03, so basically he doesn't lose. Okay, that makes more sense. So that's a 4 here for Sanjay. That's a 4. Wait, so he... So hold on, let me get this straight. So he has put 10,000. Hold on a second. Shatish, you're talking in rupees, aren't you? I just realised you're talking in rupees. You're not talking in dollars. We're thinking dollars because we're Australian. This changes it massively. 10,000 rupees to AUD. Sorry, he's talking... So that's 157 Australian dollars. That changes things. Can you confirm that you're talking in rupees, Shatish? I didn't think about this until just now. 9 lakh rupees on in Indian rupees. But can you Google like what 9 lakh is? Because I don't actually know what lakh means. Lakh is a word I see all the time, and it always confuses me because Google doesn't give me a sensible answer. That's actually stupid. Why? But he's not talking 10,000 Australian, I don't think, Duraz. I agree, Duraz. Yeah, no, I know you agree. No one could disagree, Shitish. But I'm trying to figure out how much he's spent in IUD. $157 on $1.03 odds, and bro cashed out. I'm actually stunned at the stupidity. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting this right or not. That's why I'm asking Shatish to understand more context. 91 from 49 balls is doable here. If they can keep these two batters in, it's actually still doable. But they need to keep hitting boundaries. And... Oh, you're shitting me, Malind. That's disgraceful, bro. That is horrific. That is absolutely diabolical. They're going to check this, but he's out on a stumping here. He's just thrown that out. It's just that whoever wins, he doesn't get anything or lose anything. No, I understand that, Shatish. I'm just trying to clarify how much the bet was. What is luck? Can you Google what luck is in AUD? Oh my gosh, he's in the crease and then he thinks he's not got the ball and then he's just going to get done here easily. That's ridiculous, man. Well, that's the game right there. Just when the game looked a chance for them, but not anymore. Exactly. Just when the game was starting to look like a chance. The bet was for 900,000 Indian rupees. Okay, so 900,000 is... He put $14,198 on it. He put nearly 15k Australian dollars, lads. He put actually only 15,000 Australian dollars on it. It's 14,198 Australian dollars for 900,000 Indian rupees. So now you're telling me he put 14,198 AUD on India to win $1.03, and then he's put another 14,198 on India on laying $1.03. Oh my gosh, this guy's getting dumber by the second, Shatish. He's getting dumber by the second, my bro. Oh my gosh, Shatish. Tell your friend to get a grip of himself, please. 71 for 4 here, 91 runs from 48 balls. Regardless if we're getting you or not, Shatish, tell your friend he's a muppet. Tell your friend, regardless of what's been said, he's a muppet. You can tell him to come to the stream and I'll tell him myself if you want. I think we should stop discussing his stupidity. Yeah, no, well, it's a pretty key topic. This game's pretty much done for mine now, unless America can pull a miracle, a rabbit out of their hat. Brenton says, I've lost 20k in crypto before, but have made much more than that. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Obviously, I don't think this guy's betting what he can't afford to lose. If you're betting that kind of money, surely, like Shatish, does he have that kind of money to bet? If not, he's an addict. But does he have that kind of money to bet? Like, if he had lost it, would it have sent him bankrupt kind of deal? Or would he have still had plenty to cover? Where he'd probably go and try and chase his losses, might you? Next ball, over it goes, and it'll be a single now. Sanjay will be on 25. That's a great idea. I'm sending the streams link to him. Let himself describe his stupidity. Is his English as good as yours, though, Shatish? We'll see. By the way, Brenton, I know if you've done crypto before, you'd know crypto's he's in a heap of mess right now. Heap of mess. That is a mess currently. Apparently, if it goes under 60k, it won't recover. $90 more runs, 46 balls. That's a great question, Jay. Does your friend have an elevator, Shatish? Does your friend have an elevator? Trying to figure out if I was ever in an elevator. No, I was in one elevator in India. Yeah, it was at a hotel in Delhi, a couple of hotels in Delhi. If he would have lost that bet, I can say that the amount equals not even 1% of his net worth. Yeah, okay, so this isn't that big of a bet for him. Yeah, so he's quite wealthy. Yeah, he has an elevator. Okay. Get him here. We're going to celebrate him. We're going to tell him how good of a bloke he is. Hardik T20 wickets, 2025 and 26. A lot of them are coming from the short and the bounces. But yeah, if it's not even 1% of his net worth, and that's like for people, for context, that'd be like a $10 bet kind of deal. $50 bet. $50 bet basic, depending on what your stake usually is. What's a Banari? 72 for 4 through 12.3 overs. And that's a nicely hit shot. That's going to go for a 4. That's a great play for a 4 there from Shubham. 76 for 4. They need 86 runs. 86 runs to win. If these guys can hit boundaries, the game's still on, but surely you wouldn't be expecting it. I think America can take a success out of this game. It shows progression in the team. It shows fight in the team. They're not going to win, but I think they can take a positive out of this game, absolutely. And that's going to be shot towards the boundary just for a single for Shubham. He'll be on 5. 85 runs from 43 balls. Malind being a muppet on his wicket, seriously though, so disappointing. Did America actually still have a chance to come back if Malind didn't throw away his wicket like that? Brett says, no, under 60k won't mean it's over. That's just, I don't know enough about it, bro. This is just what I've heard. That's just FUD. I've seen BTC drop 80% from its peak before. It's only down 40% at the moment at 69. But yeah, but I've seen a lot of people saying like that it's tanking massively. I've heard, this is what I've seen anyway. I'm seeing a lot of ads in your stream. Previously, I was not seeing so much ads. How does this algorithm work of YouTube? Well, all that's going to be single. I don't know, man. YouTube just must be pumping the ads. If I went below 15k, it might believe that. Again, I'm not too sure, man. Maybe YouTube just wants to get me paid. He's asking you the $1 million questions, mate. Question book's out. I love a good question book here. I'm getting jack ads. That's because you're in China, Jay. So China doesn't get ads because you're not even meant to be on YouTube in China. YouTube is banned in China. That's why I would actually travel to China for a couple of months. I'd go and experience China, but I can't because I can't stream in China because it's illegal. You can't actually access the YouTube app without a VPN, and I don't know how legal a VPN would be there. Actually, I'm going to Google that. Oh, big shot for 6. Sanjay's just gone and hit a 6 there, and he's on 32. Wowee, 84 for 4. If they can keep hitting 6s like that, Sanjay is reading this game really well right now. Is it illegal to use a VPN in China? Oh, it's the first thing that comes up. Using a virtual private network VPN in China is a legal grey area, but generally is not illegal for individuals to use them, though only government-approved VPNs are officially allowed. Okay. When you get asked a question, magically an ad pops up. Ad. 77 runs from 40 balls. Shuam on 5, and that will be a single. The run rate is score comparison after 13.3 overs. India was 85 for 6. USA is currently 86 for 4, mind you. Just want to put that out there. Again, USA would need a monumental effort because... Is that another 6? Oh, no, it's going to drop in below. Just be a single. Heartbreaking to see Bumrah carrying the drinks, being absolutely fit. Maybe they just wanted to not play in this game. What's the funniest moment on these streams from before, or funniest person to come on and comment like a muppet, or is there too many? There's way too many instances. Martin getting slapped on Adelaide Ashes was pretty special, though. That was pretty special. 74 runs from 37 balls. If they can have a collective Yadav performance here, there's still a chance. 73 from 36. It's not happening, but there's a chance. Oh, we're having another drinks break. What's happening, lads? Why are we seeing another drinks break? Usually there's only one drinks break, and usually it's at the 10th over. Now it's at the 6th over and the 14th over? What are we in? We're in the 14th over here. What's happening? We're not going to be speaking in Hindi on this channel. Is it that hot in Mumbai? I'm going to have a look at the weather. Surely not. This isn't the hot time of the year. It's about to get to the hot time of the year, but it's not the hot time of the year just yet. Mumbai weather. Mumbai weather is 26 degrees, bro. It's 26 degrees Celsius right now. There's no way this needs to have this many drinks breaks. It's 26 degrees in Mumbai right now. Harrison says, talk about Brook for Sri Lanka. No. How about that? Oh, come on, Nepal tomorrow. Harrison, you better be here for that England-Nepal stream. You better be here, mate. And if Nepal even get close, I'm going to slap you into next century. I'm going to get you into next century, son. Yeah, English, please. Exactly. Duraz, you can let us know what you did say to him in Hindi, though. In English. But it is a drinks break right now, guys. So hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and feel free to call Harrison a muppet. Actually, you know what, Harrison? Can you go and bet on England tomorrow so they can lose? Can you do us a favour and bet on England so that we know they're going to lose? That's what we need. That is Harrison. I asked him if he's in love. If he's in love? Why would you ask him if he's in love? Oh, with Bumrah. Are you asking him if he's in love with Bumrah? Is that what you're saying? It's ridiculous that we're having this many drinks breaks. I was just thinking about a comeback bet, actually. Oh, Harrison, don't do it to yourself, mate. No, do it, please. I want to see Nepal to get a surprise victory. It'd be massive. Harry Brook out for a duck. You know what? I want you to go and put Harry Brook to score 100 runs and England to win. And then we'll see not only England lose, but Harry Brook get out for a duck. We know this is the way. Harrison, we've already got Shatish's mate here who has put on 14,500 Australian dollars on India to win $1.03. Sean James, my old friend. Harrison, that's a bet that you would do, but putting $10 on India at $1.03 and they lose. Or €10, £10 is what you'd be talking in. Oh, that's a 6. Oh no, he's out. Oh no, he's not even out. It just drops him before. He was aiming for a big shot there, but it'll be a single. I think this is a successful game for USA regardless. You guys, I'm telling you, this chat over here, I've just seen the wildest comment. Oh my gosh, that chat is filthy, bro. That is filthy, bro. Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's gone there. As an LB, Shubham is gone on 7. He was going for a big shot, and it's 90 for 5. He knows he's gone there. Harrison would pull his bet at $1, yeah. Oh, they're reviewing this. I think he thinks he's touched this. He went up immediately. At 3 down, I doubted they'd make 10, so them batting out the overs is a successful one. I did say before America came out to bat that a success for them would be not getting all wickets down and not losing all their wickets. So he's saying he touches this. It passes close to the bat, but this... I don't know if there's any deviation here. And... there we go. Yeah, no, there is a nick. This is not going to be out. There is a very, very tiny nick here from the bat. He knew immediately. He reviewed it immediately. So 90 for 4 after 14.2. No, I've been impressed by the USA today. I think they'll give Pakistan a run for their money on Tuesday. Single for Shubham at 8. If Malin didn't get out when he did, it might have been on. But you have to put pressure on here, man. You have to go for big boundaries. If you get out, you get out. You've already probably won the hearts of the fans, the cricketing community, America. You just have to go for big shots. Single. Don't protect your wicket. Just go for 6s and 4s. If you get out, you get out. But you've already won the hearts of the community. and you've given it a fair crack against the tournament favourites, and you've shown vulnerability in that tournament favourites. The teams like Australia, England, New Zealand, Australia, England, South Africa, New Zealand, all these teams would be thanking you greatly for showing the vulnerabilities in this Indian team. 9-2 for 4 through 14.5. Any tidy place for USA would be a nice country to poach a player from. Yeah, Harrison, we know that's the case for you. Is that a 6? Oh, he's got the distance. It's a 6 from Shubham. And he's on 14. It's 98 for 4. 64 runs from 30 balls. They're still in the game. They are still in this game if they hit 6s and 4s. That's a big 6. What a 6. Yeah, there is some nice 6s here, Draz. The Americans are keeping themselves in this game. $98 for 4. They're just happy to get a hunch. Can someone tell me what America got when they batted against India in that the previous World Cup? The previous T20 World Cup? What did America get? I'm sure this is much better than what they would have got. 64 runs needed from 29 balls. Yeah, exactly right. Just play whack around and win. Oh, that's up in the air. That should be out. That should be out here. That's high. It's not going to be enough for a 6. It is going to be caught. Sanjay gone to 37, and that should wrap it up. That should wrap it up there. 98-5. Look, fair enough. Like I said, just go for the big shots. If you get out, you get out. And unfortunately, he does get out there, Sanjay. I thought he had a really good knock for 37. Really good. 110 for 8 in 2024. Oh, well, they're probably on target for a pretty similar score. Maybe 120, maybe 130 now with that wicket. But they were still under pressure, and now they're probably not under pressure anymore with that wicket. Sanjay Krishnamurthy is gone. Caught by Rinku. Bowled by Axar. And Axar gets his first wicket, 1 for 22 for 3.2. I'm here, Daz. Didn't find your question. Oh no, his question was removed because it was in Hindi. Shatij can speak in English, as you can see here, so just ask him the question in English. Because if we set the precedent and allow people to speak in other languages here, it'll get ridiculous. So that's why we don't allow Hindi or French or Harrisonese. Harrisonese is the one we definitely don't allow. Harmeet Singh will come in now at 7. 64 from 28. But anyway, I actually didn't answer this. Yeah, there's been some good players, Harrison, for the USA. Guys like... I think that should be another out. Yep, that's another wicket. And Harmeet Singh is gone on a duck. And India are going to find a way to win this game, which really looked against them. If Surya Yadav was caught on 15, they would have been all out for about 102. USA would be 4 runs off that right now. So we would be looking at a big upset right now if Yadav was caught when he should have been. But unfortunately, because of that, he ended up going and getting 60, 70 odd runs and slapped the shit out of the USA for dropping him. So who comes in now for the Americans? Yikes, he got Mohammad Moshin. I don't think Ali Khan will come into bat because he wasn't able to finish up his bowling. He did get injured. I just can't focus without seeing that chat, man. I'm definitely sorting out my Amazon Prime tomorrow because that is just awful. Let's start up the elite bowl have a bat. It is Mohammad Moshin. Just get past 102 and it's a moral victory. The English, you know all about that, don't you? You know all about that, don't you, Harrison and Chris? The old moral victory. Massive. Massive moral victory. Sauerab didn't drop the catch, but he cost USA as well with his bowling spell. Netravalka absolutely cost him. He gave up 60 runs himself. And that will be a single here for Shubham. So they will get to the 100. Well done, America. Well done, America. They get to the old Hungy marker. The horny Hunge has been hit by the Americans, and you'd take it. You would take it considering. 100 runs, 10 kits delivered. Oh, okay, so every 100 runs is 10 kits delivered to some grassroots organisation. Okay, next bolt will be a dot ball. 2 runs for the moral victory here, USA. 2 runs for the moral victory. There is only 4 more overs to go. 24 balls. If they pass 110, it's essentially an improvement, which they should do. Oh, they'll get it past 110. They'll get 10 more runs, surely. It's not a guarantee, to be fair. They are into their bowlers now, but I feel like with Shubham there, they should still get to 110. I think ultimately, context-wise, the Americans should take the mental victory from this game at the least. I noticed on here a little while ago that chat replays aren't showing. YouTube messing around with shit again. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird because I haven't done anything to say no to that. Shubhan on 15 from 10 balls, and he is on strike. And he will whack that one into the ground just for a single. So 1 on 1. Come on. One more run for the moral victory here. One more run. Well done, America. We wish we could have done that against the Pakistanis in the second game. Why would you remind us of that series, Brenton? I ask you this question sincerely and earnestly and honestly. Why would you remind us of that game, you muppet? Why would you do this? I've tried to put that series in the back of my mind to never think about again, and you're just gonna happy days, just bring it back up. Get a grip of yourself. I wonder how it's going to be like streaming a game like Scotland vs Italy. God help us, Draz. I need as many of you guys there as I possibly can for those smaller games. That's going to be a dot ball. Like, Monday is a brutal day. I love cricket, so I'm going to enjoy it regardless, but you know, after 2 streams of minnow teams going into another minnow game, like on Monday, at least we've got South Africa, but Scotland, Italy, Zimbabwe, Oman, and then South Africa, Canada. Tomorrow is a big day of cricket, man. That's a really enjoyable day. Afghanistan, Afghanistan, New Zealand, England, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, Ireland. No, sorry, the big day is on Wednesday. South Africa versus Afghanistan, Australia versus Ireland, and then England versus the West Indies. That's a big day of cricket. There'll be a single there for Moshin. It'll be 102 for 6. The moral victory has been won. USA, you have won it in the hearts of everybody else. Yes, no, I forgot to say, Draz, Shatij definitely is in love with Jasprit Bumrah, because when I asked him his top 10, top 11, top 10 players of all time, he put Bumrah in it, so that should tell you enough. He put Jasprit Bumrah in his top 10 players of all time. Oh, boy. No, you are the fake Aussie, Draz. That's you. Branson's just a Knights fan, so you have to take him for what he's worth. But you are the fake Aussie. And you know you've earned that moniker. But yeah, I'm definitely going to need as many of you guys here to have a bit of a laugh with us on Monday, because Scotland, Italy, Zimbabwe, Oman, and South Africa, Canada is going to be brutal. At the very least, we get to watch South Africa play later on. What's your all-time Excite Blaze? Not Bumrah. Not Bumrah. Just give the entire Australian team, mate. But no, seriously, like Boomer by the end of his career, I could argue and I could listen to it, but right this very second, if I have to go through my all-time 11, man, it's too difficult while I'm on the spot here and I'm commentating, watching the game and talking to you guys, and I've got to, without using anything, have to go through all the players, and I don't want to miss any players, and there's going to be players from South Africa who are fantastic, and you got England and Australia and India and Pakistan and Sri Lanka have had some good players, and West Indies have had some good players. So it's really difficult when you're on the spot like this to go through and mentally just like rattle through all the players that you need to mention for your top 11. If I do a video about it, which I might do a video about it, then that'd be a lot easier and better for mine. But it's very difficult off the top of the head to just rattle them off without missing players. Yeah, all 11 players of Scott Boland is my XI, yeah. Yeah, just have Scott Boland times 11. Yeah, I'm going to say all Scotty Boland as well, actually. If I had to back my heritage instead, it would be more embarrassing. Aren't you Italian heritage, Brenton? Well, you should definitely be here for the Italy game then. Didn't you say... I think you've mentioned something about being Italian heritage. So it's Italy versus Scotland on Monday. So 3 overs remaining. USA aren't going to win this, but they've shown a good effort, that's for sure. Back to USA over 116.5 runs and 20 overs. Hope I'm winning this bet. Mate, if that happens, you got to join up as a member for $5. How about that? If they get over 116 runs, you have to join up as a member. That's a good bet, to be fair, if they do that. I think you will. I like it. That is going to be a singles. They'll be 105 for 6 through 17.1. It is a very random bet to bet on, but I don't mind it. And they only need 12 more runs. If Shubham is there, I back you. If Shubham gets out before 110, I don't necessarily back it. Yeah, Italian, I couldn't name one player from the team. Mate, the Italians couldn't name one player from the Italian team. Chris says they should simulate an Ashes with Oz All-Stars versus England All-Stars from all time. I'd watch it. Chris, would you really want to do that to yourself? Would you really want to do that to yourself? So we're talking, we're going to add in Ricky Ponting, we're going to have Stevie Smith, we're going to have Stevie Smitty, we're going to have Donald Bradman, we're going to have just some... Oh my gosh, he nearly just got run out there stupidly. We'll end up getting a single instead. You really want to do that to yourself? You can't have 11 Ian Bothams, Chris Hendry. You can't have 11 Ian Bothams. Ben Menenti, the Sixers bowler, is playing for Italy. Oh, well, there you go. We know one player. Is there like a pure Italian name there? Ben Menenti is pretty good with the Menenti, but is there like a straight up, like, you look at his name and you just know he's Italian? What a match. Look, I think you might have a million runs put past you. Million runs. Maybe 2 million. Maybe 3, and that's just from Steve Smith alone, let alone Bradman and Ponting. Oh, they're over the top. That's going to go for a 4. That is going to go for a 4. And Moshin hits the boundary, and they're 110 for 6 with 2.3 overs to go here. Wayne Madsen is also playing for Italy, but that's not like a pure, like, it's not like a massive... I'm going to go through their team, actually. Let's go through their team. Gianpiero Mead. Oh my gosh, that is so Italian. Jasprit Singh. Oh, that's Italian. Marcus Campopiano. Campopiano. Marcus Campopiano is very Italian. And that is going to be caught in the deep. So Moshin is gone on 8. It's 110 for 7. Moshin is gone on 8. Okay, so Al Capone's not playing for Italy, mate. I think if I'm looking at the most Italian names, it would be Gianpiero Mead or it would be Marcus Campopiano. Marcus Campopiano. And also, Maldini is not playing for the Italian cricket team. Anthony Mosca. Justin Mosca. Zayn Nugvi. Krishan Kaluga Maji. Now we're talking. But Jaspreet Singh, yeah, that's Italian. All right, so 110 for 7 through 17.4. 3 wickets in hand. 6 more runs needed. 7 more runs needed. Well, they're going to beat out their score that they got against India a few years back in the last T20 World Cup. Shadley Van Shalquick has been incredible today in the bowling. He was incredible. Let's see him bat now. If they just had Van Shalquick the entire time, they would have won this game. It was unbelievable. $110 for 7. Required run rate is 22 runs and over. 22 runs and over. They need at minimum 4 sixes and over. But it's still on, still a chance. You tell me there's a chance. Actually, no, they need literally 4 sixes and over now. It's 24 runs and over now. Quite literally 4 sixes and over. I can't believe I'm still up at 4 a.m. watching this dead game now. Because the Americans are about to hit 4 sixes and over. That's what they're going to do, mate. With 2.1 overs to go, they're about to hit 4 sixes per over. They're about to hit 5 sixes every over. And they're going to start off here with a single just to test it out. They don't want to go too hard too early. So now the run rate required is 25.5 runs per over. So realistically, they only need 1 over of 36. So 6 sixes, which takes them to 147. They'd only need 13 runs. No, they only need 15 runs then. Got to think about it. Got to think about that. They only need 51 runs from 12 balls. Realistically, you get 36, and then you're down to 15. 15 off the last over is very doable. Jay's going to love that comment from Shatish. Massive inside edge there, and it'll be a double ball. Jay, that's a Jay comment if I've ever seen one. Shubham is my only hope for crossing 116.5. Correct. Correct. Hey, at least for the Aussies out there, and the Kiwis, that New Zealand versus Afghanistan game tomorrow is at a brilliant time for you. Starts at 12:30 my time. I'll start streaming at 12:15. So that's at 4:30 New South Wales time, 5:30 New Zealand time, 6:30 New Zealand time. That will be a single. So it'll be 112 for 7. And Shubham will come back on strike. Are you sure it's 4 a.m. not nearly 5 a.m.? Guys, please don't forget that when we see Paul tomorrow. Can you remind him of that to ask him where he is? Because it was so confusing. Nearly 5 a.m. is crazy because that's 55 minutes away. Okay, so the New Zealand game's in Chennai, England game's in Mumbai, and then the Sri Lanka game's obviously in Colombo at RPS. What time was that again? Tomorrow start? For us, I think in the same time slot as me, 12:30 p.m. New Zealand Afghanistan, which is that's a 6. That is a 6.5. Well, Satish, you won your bet. That's 118 for 7. Shubham with a massive 6 there, bro. Hey, guess what? If they hit every 6 for the last 9 balls, it's a win. How about that? If they just keep hitting 6s here and get 9 more 6s, they win this game pretty easily, actually. Draz, you should be busy this week with the love of your life being the Valentine's week rather than commenting here till 5 a.m. and calling me Benari. I actually can't do anything on Valentine's Day, unfortunately. I'm going to be here for 5 streams that day. So Valentine's Day is actually next Saturday. Big shot, up in the air, will sit down, probably be 2 runs, I would say. Yeah, they'll get 2 runs out of it. I can't do anything because I'll be live for 4 NRL games in the preseason into the T20 World Cup game, which is What's the T20 World Cup game next Saturday? It is New Zealand, South Africa. I'm not missing that. I'm not missing New Zealand, South Africa, but I'll be live for 4 pre-season NRL games into New Zealand, South Africa. That's going to be a long day, boys. That's going to be a long day here. Shubham on 26. He will put that one up into the air, but I don't think that's going to be caught. No, it won't be. It'll just be a single. 27 for 2. 27 for Shubham, 2 for Van Schalkwijk. I'm going to be delirious by that cricket game. 4 NRL streams into a cricket game is going to be delirious. I'm going to be delirious. That starts for me. Hold on. So the games start for me. The first preseason game for mine starts at 9:40 a.m. and I won't finish until midnight. Oh. Oh, dearie me. Need 41 runs from 6 balls. They're going to need... So what they need is 7 sixes in 6 balls. How about a no ball here, India? How about a no ball? Mango sticky rice will go down nice. Oh, how good is the sticky rice? They have sticky rice here in Vietnam too. It's not the same. It's not to the same extent of what Thailand has, but like sticky rice, how good. Spend time in surprising your love rather than surprising me by calling me Banari. Shatish, keep my work. Duraz and Shatish. Jay and Shatish are on good terms now, so now it's time for Shatish to go at Duraz and Duraz go back at him. I reckon now if Jay went to Jaipur, Shatish would put him up in his Airbnb. I reckon that would be the case nowadays. I think the times have changed. They'd watch some cricket together, I reckon. They'd go look at the Hava Mahal. And that's going to go for a 4. Oh, dude, Shubham's actually batting well here, man. That'll go for a 4. 125 for 7. USA should be proud of themselves, man. They should be super proud of how they're performing in this game. They should be super proud. I'm proud for them. If you have an elevator, invite me over. He doesn't have an elevator, Taras, no. I'm waiting for Jay to come to my B&B. Would love to see him struggling on the stairs. Yeah, Jay wouldn't like the no elevator. He wouldn't go unless there's an elevator. That's a good point. But, to be fair, Shatish's mate, with his $14,000 Australian bet on India to win at $1.03, maybe he can pay for it. Maybe he can pay for it. Next bolt. That would have been a wide, but he does connect with it, so it will be a dot ball. Siraj is bowling this final over here. 4 more balls to go. Well, appreciate you guys for tuning in and being here with us. India are going to win this very, very up and down game. Vulnerabilities have been shown India. Obviously, if you aren't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button. 3 games tomorrow. We'll be live. New Zealand, Afghanistan, England, Nepal, and finally Sri Lanka versus the Irish. I'd skip Jaipur. I would say Jaipur is the better of the 3 of the Golden Triangle of Delhi, Agra, and Jaipur. You would hate Delhi, Jay. You'd hate it. Chris says the crowd should be applauding USA performance at the end. They should. They won't, but they should. Yeah, if that catch with Surya was taken, oh, this game would have been so on, bro. It would have been. I think USA do win. I do. Oh, that's another 6 from Shubham. Dude, if that catch from Yadav was taken, America win this game. 131 for 7 through 19.4. Go Susset Pune. Heard it's nice there and clean. I know a few people from Pune. I know a few people from there. I don't know much about Pune, but I know a few people from there. Oh, it's a wide. So 30 runs is only going to be the gap right now. USA should be very happy. Pune is absolutely chaotic, mate. Jaipur is quiet and have all the heritage. Quiet is very, very, very much not true. quiet is not the word that I would be using. Uh, that would not be the word I'm using. But then again, maybe for India's standards, I'd guess. But no, to the word quiet. Big swing, big miss, but it will be a wide. Yeah, it is another wide. Okay, they might win this game off wides now. All the tuk-tuks use a meter apparently. In Pune, do they? Am I pronouncing that right, Shatish? Is it Pune or Pune? Or is it Poon? Different word in Australia, that. I feel like it's Pune. Pune? Yeah, that's definitely wide. Pune. Oh, it is Pune. 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 Quiet as Tasmania, not Jaipur. Mate, worlds apart, bro. Worlds apart. It's so loud in India that you just get used to the tuk-tuks. Oh, and that is a wicket of Shubham on the second last ball. Shubham goes on 37. Take your hat off, though. That was fantastic work there. That was fantastic innings from Shubham. Siraj will get 3 wickets. Tasmania looks like an abandoned shelter. Tasmania's beautiful, bro. Tasmania is beautiful. But that is definitely a wicket there. Good stream to you tomorrow for the big game. We've got one more ball left, Deraz. You don't miss this last ball, mate. We could see a no ball and then just see multiple sixes hit. We've got one more ball remaining. But no, we'll see you tomorrow, mate. I'll take plenty from this, the Americans. Absolutely plenty. Oh, wait. That's it. Oh, that was the last ball. Oh, okay. Sorry. You can go, Deraz. That was the last ball. So India will win the game by 29 runs. Look, India, a lot of work to do. If Yadav gets caught on 15 like he should have been, I think USA win this game and provide the biggest shock of all time. Obviously, once Yadav was able to sit in and whack it around, he just went for a miraculous total. He definitely should be the man of the match. There's no question who the man of the match should be. Without Yadav, it would have been a shit show nightmare. He got 84, not out in the end. Everybody else 20, Golden Duck 25, Golden Duck 6, 5, 14, 4, and then a what's a blue duck? Oh, that's right. He didn't. He got run out on 0. Yeah, okay. That's a blue duck. Got run out on 0. But all right, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm going to see you tomorrow for 3 games, which is going to be Afghanistan versus New Zealand. It'll be England versus Nepal, and also final game Sri Lanka versus Ireland. Thumbs up, subscribe. See you then. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya. Get an elevator, shittish. Get an elevator.